BFFs.
If I sound a little sniffly or congested, I'm sorry. I'm getting something.
Oh, goody!
Don't know what yet.
Goody.
Don't know what yet. It's gonna be exciting.
It's a gift. It's a very phlegmy present.
Yep.
Not quite a gift, but definitely a surprise.
It's gonna. I'm trying to, with all my heart, to view it like that. Like, what could it be? I don't know, but I'm excited.
Sick days.
All right. Let me know when we're good to go.
Oh, we've been streaming for about 40 seconds.
Yay! Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Then tell me that we're ready.
God.
You know what? I'm not ready. I'm ending the stream.
Professional count man.
When last we left, you, my fellow players, had chosen to taken up a few jobs. Well, one job, technically.
Yes.
Earn some money, which involved a rat problem that a certain owner of a house had been unable to get rid of. After some investigating and some piping and other things, you had determined so far that everything about the rat infestation, as far as you can tell...
Hello?
And when you... Yes, can you hear me?
No, you cut out there for a bit.
Oh, all right.
As far as we can tell about the rat infestation.
I remember what happened. Anyways,
Yes. Okay. You guys remember what happened? You were approached by the guy, and I believe we ended the session right when the guy left.
Mm-hmm. And the plan between us players was to follow him, unless we don't want to do that anymore.
I'm still good for it.
I'm still good for it.
Yep, so we're going to follow this bad boy.
Okay.
How many stealth rolls are we going to have to roll?
Well, I think it would be less tedious for you guys and more fun to make it more of a skill challenge than just everyone roll prowl like 6 times.
Well, I'm not following him. I can't prowl worth a goddamn. The best thing about understanding working in the group is not bringing that group down. So I'm not following him. As a team sense, not as in all of us.
Well, my thought would be this. Why don't we do it more like a skill challenge in the sense that maybe Xavier can't sneak, but maybe there's something Xavier can do to help out someone who is
Xavier can do all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Well, can't Xavier just change his damn face?
Yes, he can. This is one of the things, but that's not hiding or prowling.
But
that's
here's
more
the thing.
blending.
Here's
That's
the thing.
more blending.
As long as you change your face, even if he does see you, does it matter?
Yeah. Hence more, blending in with whatever, right? Yeah. But you know what? It doesn't matter if it's a stranger or someone he met. If he starts going around an alley and the stranger happens to go around the alley too, he's going to figure out that someone's following him.
Yeah, that's true.
So, yeah. No worries. I can handle it. I can do all sorts of stuff.
So
ironically, I do have prowl.
Oh my god!
I will leave it.
Secondary skill.
Wait, like it's his hobby?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You hang out with these motherfuckers. Of course, it's a hobby.
I just imagine Xavier practicing like walking on his tippy toes just because it amuses him.
Yep.
To impress a girl.
I will give you guys the option. You can make this more of a traditional following and rolling some prowls, and those who want to stay behind can, those who want to go can. Or we could do a skill challenge type of thing.
Challenge me. As in skill challenge, not make it harder, please.
I was going to write out a calculus problem. Thank you for clarifying that.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, skill challenge. Let's do it.
Okay, so I will lay out the idea. This gentleman is going to be leaving the diner, and very quickly he's going to be boarding a transport. Hard to tell, but looks like maybe it's a driver Bob transport.
That poor son of a bitch.
So-
is that the only driver in this goddamn city?
No, there's Cobb, there's Rob, there's Fob, which you guys seem to be the most fond of because he doesn't talk.
Yeah.
There's also Hob.
Yes, Hob,
Is
which I
there a
believe is
slop where it's
Lucas's.
like super messy and
Not
no
that
one
you
cleaned
have
it?
seen yet. No.
No,
I
I'm
think
sure
that
there
would be
will
bad
now.
for business. That's it. That's where they
I
draw
think
the line.
driver Bob would be bad for fucking business, Squee, but I'm not from this stupid whatever this is city. What
Shouldn't
floating
call cultures you don't understand.
whatever. Anyways, I'm digressing as I'm sorry.
Yes.
Are we sure we want to buy real estate here? Jesus.
Is there a driver dab?
No.
We're
GTFO.
digressing again. Anyways, it
Yes,
looks like he's
so-
getting onto one of these.
He's getting onto one of these transports, and he's driving off, not at any hurried speed or anything of that nature. So, what I will do is I'm going to put this to you guys. Each of you guys, kind of, and you can work as a group and kind of figure out how you want to go about doing this. If some people want to follow, if some people want to support, what skill do you think would help? And we're going to roll that skill. And if you get more successes and failures, kudos. And if you come up with a really good skill or a really good reasoning behind it, you might get bonuses and modifiers. You guys know how this works. This ain't your first rodeo.
Yes, it is.
Okay,
Might be
it's
for a
your
couple of
first
us.
rodeo. Okay, so that's but for the newbies, that is how a skill challenge works. Choose a skill that you think would help in said following or helping someone else follow them. Make a case for it, and then you'll roll the skill. And if you guys get more successes than failures, you succeed.
I know his scent, and I've got Sniffer Dog, so I think that should let me track him.
I would concur. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So go ahead and roll that skill for me.
Yeah. Boop, boop, doop. Boop. This is gonna.
Wow.
Ah!
This
I think
man
I
has a
feel
very
bad.
pungent aroma.
Oh, of course he does.
Why does it have to be pungent? Why isn't it never a sweet aroma?
Well, as I described last week, he is wearing a trench coat, and it's not exactly cold in this city, so pungent is the word I'm going with. So, okay.
Oh, no more reason to stay back.
So, Kid is very easy, is easily able to smell kind of the direction this guy is going. However, on Kid's own, it would never be able to catch up with him, because fast, but not that fast. So, who else? What else would you guys like to do?
Well, I want to board the transport. Wait, this isn't a public transport. This is just
Taxi.
This is a taxi.
taxi. And how long would it have been between for him to walk from the diner to the taxi?
Oh, 2 minutes? Or no, I'm sorry. Maybe a minute. There was one waiting for him outside.
Damn it! It takes 2 minutes to change my shape, my face. Okay, that's all right. I can do nothing right now. Yeah, with the exception of this. Let's go classic. Okay, so this is what Xavier would do, kind of his first part for this skill challenge, right? God damn it. Okay, so it takes him a minute to get to the taxi. How long does it take for him to get on the taxi, tell driver Bob where he wants to go, and for it to take off?
I'd say it's not in a hurried state, so a good 15 to 20 seconds.
Okay.
So
15
think a minute
seconds,
20
minute
total.
20.
Yeah.
Minute 20 total. So I wonder how far they can get in 40 seconds.
It's going about 30, 40 miles an hour, so in 40 seconds, half a mile maybe?
Outside visual contact, right?
In the city, yeah.
Okay, that plan won't work. Not me. Pass. Pass will I think is something else.
Okay. Well, I have speed.
Good job.
Yes. Good.
Just break out the bouncy ball.
Pretty much.
Not the most
Wait.
inconspicuous thing in the fucking world.
What?
We'll need to be on the road.
Shit, I gotta look at our gear here for a moment. We don't have anything that's like a tracker bug or anything, do we?
I don't think so.
Fuck. No reverse pickpocketing for Inferno. Okay,
Actually,
I'm still
there is
thinking.
one
Sorry,
thing.
I'll shut up.
There is one thing. If you wanted to go that route, you're going to have to suggest it to Isaac first.
Well, we're just talking as players. so
Yeah,
help me out here.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Well,
yeah.
either way, if you
Like,
plant...
but you being like, you'll have to suggest it to Isaac first. Okay, what
Well,
is
okay.
it? I go play
No,
guessing
it's
game.
like... I'm just saying he would have to know before... Anyways.
No, I'm with you, but yeah, let's go.
I get it.
Let's...
I am linked with my pistols. Psychically. I know specifically the direction, how far they are, and where they are located at all times. They are essentially another limb. Now, if you could plant one on him, and I have
Plant
a
a
Derringer.
pistol. Ooh.
I have a Derringer.
I mean,
Derringer's tiny.
Alright.
it's a
Is
trench
that a pistol?
coat.
No, that's my tracking bug.
If you guys want something to track him, I
Yes.
have a pie.
Oh my god.
Just throw it at him
Why
on his
am
way
I-
out the door.
This is totally the wrong group for any of this. God damn.
Well,
You have
I'm
a
actually-
tracking pie?
Kind of, yeah.
Hold up a second, guys. I have a better idea. Because this is so time sensitive, right? And we said we'd take the mission. He said he'd check back in the next day to see how things are going, right?
Mhm.
So he's going to show up back at this diner in 24 hours, right?
So we don't technically have to track him.
No! He'll come to us and then we'll track him when we're more
Oh.
prepared.
yeah.
Yeah, that'll
Um,
work.
I would actually, before we do this then, before we just let him go, I would like to use a psychic power, Squee.
Sure.
My new one.
Okay.
Okay. Let me actually pull up the book just to triple check, because it is new, but I would like to be using empathy.
It's called Isaac Gets a Heart.
He's always
That's
had a
fine.
heart.
Who needs that?
Wow.
Isaac learns to feel. All right, empathy. And what
Okay.
are you...
Saving throw is standard. Save versus empathy means the psychic cannot get a clear sense of the emotions of that particular person. So make a psychic
Got
save.
it. Hang on.
Save versus psionics, I mean.
I know, I just got to pull up
No problem.
his hastily made stats last week.
While
Also-
you're doing that, can I... Oh, sorry, go ahead. No, you go ahead, Bird.
Just really quickly, if he does have Mind Block active, then it will just negate this entire thing.
Yeah, no, he doesn't have Mind Block active.
Spoiler alert. I just want to let you know I'm going through the equipment list because I'm acclimatizing myself to it. Under fucking group loot armor, there's a one fine priest robe, gold line with a pie-shaped hole in it. God damn it! I wonder who got that.
Huh.
God damn.
God
Where-
damn pie.
Where's
Alright,
my
anyway.
E drive? I'm missing a drive. I'm missing a my
Uh-oh.
hard drive. Okay, fine. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this guy doesn't have amazing psychic stats, so I'm just gonna go with a regular straight roll. And he
God,
failed
no.
miserably.
Okay, so Isaac will be aware of the strong... Okay, hold on. Empathy is a psi ability that makes the psychic aware of or feel the emotions of other people, animals, or supernatural creatures. The strongest emotions are easiest to sense. Hate, anger, terror, love. Feeling for emotions can often be used to establish that somebody or something is nearby, but not be used to pinpoint an invisible or hiding person, creature. So... what is he feeling right now? Where is his mind space?
So it is a very strange combination of two emotions that are peaking quite strongly at the moment. One
Irritation.
is a sense of satisfaction, the feeling you get when you think you feel you've done something right.
Mm-hmm.
The other one is just as strong, a sense of worry, the kind of feeling you get when you think you may have screwed something up. And it's a mix of the two.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. And
I will say though, quite powerful. This gentleman is feeling these very strongly right now.
So really satisfied, but really worried at the same time.
Yeah,
that's possible.
Yeah.
Like after having amazing sex, worried that they'll leave you.
Wow.
It's actually kind of apt. Like that went well. That went well, right?
Oh,
like that kind of
Right?
Oh, will they stay?
Oh
Sweetie.
my god,
Or
what
leave
the hell?
me again? No.
Again.
All right. That was fantastic. That was amazing. That was 5 minutes.
Oh my god.
That's a very yes. That is what you're sensing. That kind of
Okay.
Does this guy
Sounds
have some
good.
marital problems we used to talk about?
And
All
so
right.
I think unless anybody else has anything, we just let him go.
I have a pie.
Yeah, but, okay, let's be honest here, Piph/Lucas.
Okay.
Do you think he'll notice a pie? The
Yes.
answer is yes. So the operative thing is to follow him and him not knowing that we're following him.
Do you mind if I, as a GM, ask a question? That
Sure.
burns us in the head? Well, something to be considered. Does it matter if he notices?
Yes.
Well, if he gets hit by a pie, would he know that would be tracking him?
To be
Well,
fair,
that's the
Lucas's
thing.
direction
Guard
is
will
so
be
weird.
super up.
Huh?
His guard would be really up.
Wait, if
and
you-
then he'd
wait,
be looking around
wait,
and who threw
wait,
the pie.
hold on,
and then the likelihood
hold
of
on.
him spotting us is very high.
What if we don't pie him, but pie the actual vehicle?
Oh, that fucking goddamn Bob.
Wow, okay, that was a change.
Such venom.
I
Just
hate
like-
him.
If it actually impacts like the door or underneath, we could follow that until he gets off or stops for a while, and then we know, where he
if
got off.
If Sparkbot and Heart had a baby somehow, who knows? And that progeny would be less annoying. Would be 1/100th less annoying than I find goddamn Driver Bob. So I'm up for this plan. Goddamn pie that motherfucker.
Wow.
His guard will still be up, but at least it'll help. And then we follow the pie. We don't have a vehicle.
We could
No,
call
no, no.
one.
What you do is you throw the pie followed by a "fuck you, Bob," and then you run.
Wait, hold up a second. I have a crazy idea. We should put Isaac's mind-botted Derringer in the pie. The pie goes flying. It hits Rob. The gun falls onto the floor of the vehicle, right? And then we can track it.
Then he'll be making gun puns.
All right,
Who cares?
I will say that
We don't have to hear them.
the only downside with that is Isaac will want that gun back.
Well, of course. We'll go get
Okay.
it when we follow it.
All right.
That will be easy. It's
no.
just I'm spitballing here.
Because that Derringer has sentimental value.
Yes, we'll get the Derringer back. I'm not saying
Okay.
we lose it. We have to. I mean, we'd be using Isaac like a bloodhound to track exactly where the Derringer is, right?
Yeah.
So of course we'll get it. No problem. So
have
yeah,
lots of
I
rounds.
think that should be our two options: home and gun pie on Bob, or wait until tomorrow. What do you guys
are
think?
gonna run by Pie Bob.
Yeah.
Or we could just tie him and then wait until tomorrow. You know, double satisfaction.
Gotta be honest. Did not see the session go in this direction. We've only started. We just started.
Do you ever
Welcome
see
to our
where
brains.
it's going?
Listen, this group was going to have Lucas be on top of Kid's shoulders and wear a trench coat and pretend to be one person. And it could have worked.
And it could have worked if it wasn't for those meddling kids.
No, if we didn't do something completely balls off to the side weird later. Anyways, I'm all for gun
All right. Okay. So
And in the
you guys are
meantime,
gonna.
Xavier could flag down another transport.
Yeah.
All right, and what I'll do, kid, just so that your role certainly isn't wasted in any way, shape, or form. This gentleman's scent,
Yes.
you would probably be able to recognize this scent like a year down the road, if you came across it again. Like, that's how unique, call it pungent if you want, his scent was. Very easy to pick up.
Use deodorant, man, for God's sake. It was invented for a reason.
He's using Axe.
Oh.
Ugh.
No accounting for bad taste, I guess. All right, so so we will say that he's gotten up from the table and he is starting to walk out, and I'll just let you guys go from there of when you want to do this. You know what's going to happen, so I'm going to make it kind of flexible as to when you take action.
Kid gags as he walks by.
Like maybe you hadn't caught the whiff of it until he passed you.
Yeah.
He sprayed it on at the table.
Oh god.
Anyway,
So, yeah, by all means, explain to me how you're going to go about the gun pie scenario.
Oh my god.
Lucas is just like, all right, I know how to track him. I'm going to make a pie.
Oh my god.
and then Xavier will say, "But how can we follow the pie?"
Well, I mean, it's going to be pretty noticeable for the most part. Yeah.
But what if it gets out of sight, or he gets splattered with the pie and then he gets out of sight? Right? It'd be handy if we could put a tracking device in the pie. Isaac will say.
Isaac will just bend down to his ankle, pull out a derringer, and sheepishly hand it over. You will notice.
You want to shoot him?
No, you will notice that on the barrel of the gun, there is inscribed the word Diana on it.
Oh, Diana.
But we really need a tracker, though.
Isaac will again shove the gun near him. Put this in your pie. I can track it.
And I've seen weirder things.
Xavier nods as he goes to flag down his own transport for us to get on.
One cherry pie. See, then holds up his hand and manifests one cherry pie, enchanted with homing.
Now with gun.
Now with gun.
Pie that has homing.
Now with the gun chaser.
It's called homing pie, Squee.
I know.
When you absolutely positively have to pie every motherfucker in the building.
Look. Let me clarify. I'm looking at the list.
Yeah.
I still can't believe.
Like his brain can't process it. Well,
Yeah.
get over it, God, and tell us what happened.
It is over. So a cherry pie. It's up to you, Lucas. Exactly, like does it have the crisscross crust or whatnot? But a cherry pie appears in your hands.
Like you would find on a windowsill.
All right.
The crisscross
So yes,
is
the
called,
crisscross.
Latif, thank you.
I'm gonna hang on. I'm gonna roll something real quick.
The pie gains sentience. You can
Okay.
shoot people.
No.
All right.
It looks quite a bit like the pies they have on display at the diner.
Oh,
Convenient.
delightful.
This is a diner after all, and it has a plethora of food, including different types
Wait.
of fruit pies.
What if we just hand it to him and say, "Hey, we got this for you. Have fun."
That'd be
You'll probably
suspicious.
question the gun.
Yeah, it would probably be really suspicious.
He'll break his nose on the gun. Also, then we
Yeah,
won't
but why is
find
there a
that
gun in
bastard
here?
box.
Well, the idea would be he could see the gun.
You put
Not
guns in
right.
pies.
You
It's a part of our ancient custom.
You just, oh my god! Like, why is there a pie? Why is there a gun there? What do you mean? Why is there? Why are you asking?
Look, we come from the past,
Everyone
okay?
knowing
We
and
come
walk
from the
away.
Oh my god! All right. So there is a pie with a cherry filling and gun filling.
I would like to
Xavier has
throw.
gone outside to summon another taxi.
Is it within? Let me check. About 400 feet.
Yeah, you'd have to get outside the diner, of course, unless you're trying to you can't throw it through walls.
Sure.
But yeah, I mean, really, it's the street in front of the diner, so maybe 30 feet outside the front door.
Okay. Lucas is So is he like he's gonna look out the door quickly to see if he's actually there?
Yeah, he's there.
Is he getting into it or like walking to it?
Yeah, so the amount of time I think it would take to get the pie and do all that, he is like climbing onto the taxi and pointing to the driver and saying something.
All right. Lucas is going to slam open the door. You forgot something, and then throws the pie towards driver Bob.
And, while Xavier's left the diner, maybe mere seconds before Lucas, he'll be muttering under his breath, "Subtle as a goddamn pogo stick."
He will turn around. Go ahead and roll to hit.
No, this is a hit.
Oh,
to
magical.
save is dodge.
Oh,
You have to dodge.
Okay.
This hits unless you dodge.
He's a robot installed into a vehicle. There is no dodge.
Oh wait, no,
Good.
there is a to strike on this. Oh no. Okay.
So it's not going to be hard to hit.
no.
Basically, just make over a 5. can't-
I basically just need to then just not roll a 1. Let's
Right.
just see if I don't roll a 1. I rolled a 2. I hit.
Okay.
Wow.
That's not a 1. It's not a 1.
Good job.
I have massive
Almost ruined
pluses.
everything.
So the pie smacks driver Bob square on the chest and makes a sound as cherry filling goes everywhere. The
Let me describe how everywhere.
by all means.
So, according to this
How
particular pie spell, because I freaking love this pie so much,
Oh my god.
it will explode to a red spray upon impact, turning the character or item no larger than a sports car red.
Okay. So when it connects with the chest of driver Bob, his taxi, and his passenger are
Oh.
sprayed with red cherry filling. The guy who you've been talking to goes, "Oh, come on! This was new."
Now he's more worried.
And he, Isaac.
Oh, it lasts 4 minutes. So what?
Yeah,
How does he
the
feel now?
emotions are completely replaced with anger, and he's fuming as he wipes it from his eyes, and he looks at Lucas, who I'm assuming is standing there. Yes.
He is wobbling back and forth and shaking his fist at him, like in his jail dress. Going, "Ow, you back in this town again? You took my wife, and you..."
Jesus. Try the triumvirate.
Hang
What is the
hang
matter
on.
with this guy?
Hang on a second. I'm gonna give it a fair chance that he has trouble seeing since he has just had a face full of
It does stay in effect for a while.
Okay. He squints at you and he says, "What the hell are you talking about? We were just talking."
Oh, that was you? Oh.
What the hell?
I'm
And
sorry, I
he's
thought
like
you were...
holding his coat open, like drenched in cherry filling.
See, the same guy had a trench coat just like you. Rubback, you look just like him. You sure you're not him? You remember Marianne?
You know what? Screw the offer. No 200,000. Oh, go ahead.
No. The second he hears that, Xavier's gonna perk up his ears. He'll go, no. Here, please. Let me make it better. And Xavier will kind of run over towards him. And he'll take what looks like a spray can out of him. He says, "Listen, I love my clothes as much as you do. This is a miracle solvent. Please, let me clean you off. And I'm sorry, my friend's a fucking drunk, and I should have brought him to the meeting, but you wanted to meet all of us. That's why he's been acting so fucking weird. Please. Just
God, he
step out
smelled
here
good.
for a second.
Mm.
Let me clean you off."
He takes the coat off, and you notice that when this guy is not covered up in a trench coat and a hat, he's a lot younger than he looked at first. He's maybe late teens. You know, it's kind of hard to determine age when they're covered up like they are. This guy's maybe 19-ish, 20. And
I take special care at looking at his face for a reason.
His face is fairly youthful. He takes off the hat, and his hair is like a little blown back with cherry goo, and he's fuming, literally fuming. He's just like, "That coat is it's not."
You know what? We'll replace it if necessary. I'm so sorry. Xavier will get up to him if he'll let him.
Yeah, he's letting you.
And Xavier will extend his hand for the jacket on one hand, and bring up his hand with the cleaner as if it's going to the jacket. But the can isn't cleaner. The can is knockout spray. He sprays it in the dude's face.
Oh my god!
Hey, he was gonna run away and not offer us anything. Now we're gonna knock him out and take him somewhere.
Oh my god.
Well,
he says as you come up to him, he says, "This is incredibly unprofessional, and I'm not going to make him roll for because."
Okay, all right. No, you're the GM.
No. I'm sorry. I'm not going to give him like any sort of dodge thing. You still roll because you could always roll a 1.
I like to think I hit him in the face, but he should probably save versus non-lethal poison, don't you think?
Oh yeah. I was saying that he's not going to get a chance to dodge or anything.
Sure, yeah, makes sense.
No, he knocks out automatically.
So yeah, let me go ahead and save versus that, or try to.
Can own knockout spray.
Nope.
I love you. Hooray!
Doesn't save versus that either. And does this thing have stats like how quickly it works or how?
Well,
like that?
I have to look that up. I'm sorry. I just have it listed in my character in my group.
That's
loop.
fine. Don't worry about it. I'll just make a call. The idea that it is a can of knockout spray, it would be pretty ineffective if it was not fairly instant. I mean,
Sure. Like you probably get woozy for a few seconds.
What's the point of pepper spray that takes 30 seconds to work? It doesn't make sense.
Oh,
Good
no.
point.
So he gets woozy and slumps over. And about this time, you're starting to make a commotion. People in the diner are starting to gather around the windows and look at outside.
it's at this point that Isaac just casually walks up to the taxi, bends down, puts the guy's hand behind his back, slaps some handcuffs on him, and starts walking him out.
Kid, you had a plus sign?
Oh, I was going to say, did anyone tweet out that we were streaming?
Yep.
Okay. Also,
Oh. Yay.
Kid would ask what the hell you did to him.
I hit him with a pie.
You hear in the background, like one of the people in the diner. He did. I saw. He hit him with the pie.
Kid turns pointedly at Xavier and goes, "What did you do to him?"
Well, he was getting extremely agitated, and I figured since he's a dear friend of ours, Xavier says very loudly, I thought I'd calm him
handcuffs.
down a little bit. I gave him a little sedative. We're going to take him back. We're going to sort out this whole beef between you and our good friend, Charlie.
But what are the handcuffs for? Someone in the diner
Well,
calls
he
out.
gets really violent. And don't worry, folks. You might have seen us on the screen. We work with the Corsairs. You have nothing to worry about here.
People are murmuring. No one's stopping you, certainly. Everyone roll me a d20, please.
Okay.
Oh, D19.
Oh my god!
Oh.
Nice.
I got a 2.
So, Anna, you being the criminal background that you have and always maintaining a constant awareness of your surroundings, you notice that the cook at the diner is contacting someone over a phone. So no one's stopping you. Everyone's kind of murmuring. No one's like stepping up to accost anyone or stop them. But you do notice that the guy at the diner is making a call.
Okay.
Maybe we should just take driver Rob and go. I mean, we have a
Yes.
taxi right here. It's covered
With
in
your gun.
pie, but
Did he already give the driver the location?
Yes.
good
He
question.
said something to
Yeah,
him.
because he said something. Oh, perfect. Let's all get in the van. All get in the driver Rob.
I
Say, okay, take us to where he said.
I quite specifically said he was talking to the driver and pointing. So
Yep.
Uh-huh.
So say, driver Rob, please resume stated course.
my name's Driver Bob. I understand
Yes.
the confusion though, but I'm the cute one.
Okay, all right, cutie, let's go.
I'm coming.
Go.
Oh, I was thinking of something. I was
Hey.
debating if I should go and at least distract the chef quickly.
It'll be fine.
Oh, you could do that.
If you
Flash a
want.
little bit of, the goods.
Okay, as you get close to the chef, you start to hear the conversation. Yes, I don't know who they are, but they're handcuffing the guy. Yeah, it seems really odd. One of them's coming. Hang on. Yeah, yes. Hello.
I hadn't thought of what to say yet.
Yes, hello. This is Man
Pause.
Uh,
Hello.
And
Hello,
pause.
this is dog.
Would you actually like some time to think?
No, I think I have an idea.
Go for it.
And I might do the boob thing slightly, but not to a full extent. Just like lean
Seduction,
forward,
baby.
just like kind of lean forward on the counter and smile sweetly and go, "Well, has he paid his bill yet?"
Who paid their bill?
Our friend.
He looks. Yes, he didn't actually order anything. In fact, none of you did. He picks up the phone. Yeah, by the way, they came in here and they sat down. I don't think they ever ordered anything. It's really odd.
Maybe you have a shitty service, buddy.
That's true. No one came to the table and asked.
No, what? What? It's like, well, then you should have come and, asked for our order, perhaps? But if you're taking them now, I wouldn't mind a coffee.
So
he like talks to the phone. They want coffee. I don't. Okay.
You realize I can hear that you're talking about me, right?
He's like sweating. You can see that he's sweating, and he's like, "They want to talk to you," and he holds out the phone to you.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
Anna will
hello,
take the
woman with
phone. Sorry, is Lucas taking the phone?
No.
Okay.
Lucas is not there.
Okay. Then Anna takes the phone.
You put it up, and you hear, "Yes, hello.
Hi.
Hi, this is CDF Unit 37. The owner of this diner is calling in a disturbance. I believe you're one of the individuals involved."
It's all just a misunderstanding. I'm sorry.
Well, if you could please stay there. We have a unit on the way, just to be sure. Just let your friends know to stay there, no one move, and we'll get this cleared up. And, yeah.
We have an appointment.
I know I'm thinking of a good appointment. The only thing I can think of is someone's wife is having a baby, and that's not good.
This guy's wife is having a baby.
You know, that would be a terrible
Oh
one.
my god.
I'm having a baby. Click.
So funny.
I'm having a baby as I'm ordering coffee.
The world's
I
tiny
think
baby.
that's my water breaking.
Oh my
Spilled
god.
the coffee on you? Oh no, my water broke.
Click.
Click.
You can't even see the coffee. You just poured on yourself.
Oh man.
All right,
Alright, anyway.
how do you escape?
You would like Lucas to be there?
Oh, sure.
He just stumbles in, still acting drunk.
All right, if Lucas is there, then the phone is loud enough. It's not like a speakerphone, but it's one of those, like, it's a cell phone that, you know, if you're close by, you can hear what the other person's saying.
Dude has it turned up really high.
Yeah, exactly.
Lucas picks up the phone and says, "Yes, hello. This is now man with phone."
Yes, sir. This is CDF. We're sending a unit over there to investigate. We're just letting your friend here to know that everyone should stay where they are and don't panic, and we'll have our unit there momentarily.
Good lord, don't panic. Are you sure? Like, I think we should go. Like, are you sure we can't meet at like a hospital or something?
I'm sorry, is someone injured?
Good lord, we don't even know. There's something like this man has some terrible mental issues, and we are trying to treat him. I don't think staying here is a good option.
Sir, are you a trained medical professional?
I have saved someone's life in the last 24 hours, good sir.
There's like a hesitation. Right,
Nice,
sir.
clever.
I'm
You're
dispatching.
not technically lying.
I'm dispatching medical units as well. If everyone would just stay there and stay on the phone with me and describe his symptoms.
Okay, he is just red all over. It is the most strange thing I've seen.
Are you saying that he's covered in blood?
It doesn't quite look like blood, but it could be.
Oh.
Man, sir,
Okay.
sir, as he goes over to the man that's at the diner, is this phone portable? Can I take it with me?
The guy at the diner is like nodding, just kind of dumbfounded by what's going on. While that's happening, I'm curious, what are Xavier and Isaac doing?
Hauling our new friend into the cab.
Well, he was already in the cab.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Oh,
Well, no, he got out when Xavier offered to clean him up.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right, so
Hauling
you're
him
you're
out.
hauling him into the cab. What's Kid doing at the moment?
I
Following them in, I suppose.
Okay.
Looking very confused.
I would also like to know if my Derringer is within 12 feet.
Your Derringer has landed on the floor of the taxi.
So it's within 12
So it's
feet.
within 12 feet, definitely. Especially
Okay.
if you're loading him into it, yeah.
Then when Isaac sits down, it's going to fly straight to his hand, and he's going to put it in one of the various pockets of his duster.
It's
Okay.
also covered in.
Yeah, your duster's getting
Mm.
dyed at the moment.
It's fine.
I'm
Alright.
very careful.
Well, see, here's the thing.
Uh,
I've been exposed to this dye before. It will go away.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. So while you guys are pulling him in there, obviously you're not really privy to the conversation so far.
No,
And
no idea what's going
so the guy behind the counter would nod, a little dumbfounded, that the device is portable.
Good. I will bring it back as soon as I can. I implore you, please stay calm as he then leaves.
The diner?
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Oh my god, this is amazing. We're gonna take the phone with us.
And, so on the phone, the guy on the line who's sounding much more, he sounded calm before. Now he sounds he's still calm, but he has this intensity to it. He's like, okay, as I said, medical's on the way there now. Did you see what happened? Did someone shoot him? Was he stabbed? Do you know what happened?
All I saw was a pie going his way, and way too much red came out. I have no idea what's going on.
I'm sorry, sir. Did you say pie?
Yes, it looked exactly like one of these diner pies.
Before I respond, kid, you had a...
Okay, so I lied when I said that kid would follow them into the taxi because it's still covered in gross gooey stuff. So they would start to go in, and then they would be like, no. And so they would start towards the diner, and then I'm imagining...
Like, what are you doing? We all have to get inside this freaking cab.
And then I'm imagining as Lucas is coming out, kid just like, ugh, and turns around and starts following after him.
I will say, it does have a scent. It is a yummy cherry pie smell. It says it right here on the spell.
Yummy.
Also has a yummy cherry pie smell. Increases
The operative
tracking
word
by
is yummy.
20%.
Spell! Whoever wrote it should win a Pulitzer. Jesus.
As you're entering, as you're dragging him in there and entering, driver Bob goes, "Be careful. The floor is slippery." And oh my gosh. So the guy on the phone says, "I'm sorry. So someone threw a pie at him."
It was the strangest thing. Have you ever seen a pie?
Yes, sir. I've seen a pie.
Have you seen it splat against a wall?
I can imagine.
I've seen this only twice in my life, and I have to say, this one is much larger.
So he's covered in some sort of cherry filling?
Look, sir, it smells delicious, but I have no idea what's going on. It could be some sort of rare disease.
Okay. Look, all right. Hang on. And you hear like flipping of pages.
because can I have Xavier like hang outside the window or the door and wave at Lucas and Hannah to come in, and as Lucas gets closer, Xavier be like, "Who the hell are you talking to?"
He goes, "1 second, while you're looking this up, somebody's asking me something." It's the police.
Bring his hands on his head. He's gonna say like, "Hang up the freaking phone."
All right, I'm gonna put you on hold, and then he's gonna turn the off.
Wait, no, sir.
We should go.
Yep. Nope, God, we need to go.
Oh my god.
Xavier will bring out his hand to Lucas and he says, "Can I have the phone, please?"
Yes, as he hands over the phone. It's the diner's phone.
Xavier will pause for a moment. And before he thinks of hucking out the window as they're driving away, he'll look over to Anna, who's just recently arrived. And he'll say, "You can do things with electricity and circuitry, right?"
Some things, yes.
He'll he'll toss the phone over to Anna and be like, "See if you can't like prevent them from figuring out our location with it, or at the very least, just fry it. And if you can't do that, just fucking break it on the sidewalk."
Let's do draining electricity or whatever it's called once I find it.
It's your powers.
It's not called draining. That's why I couldn't find it. I think that's. Wait, no, that's not what I want.
As Anna searches deep within herself for her power.
She's trying to figure out what's with these people.
I like to think we're all just piled into the back of this stupid cat.
Kid's still like.
It's the police.
Kid's still like just outside the door.
I should also note that while you're handing the phone to Anna, you do hear it far off in the distance, but you're starting to hear over the din the sound of sirens.
Okay.
Oh, go.
Isaac, can you tell our good friend Bob to get going?
Bob,
Yes, sir.
go please.
Okay. And he starts taking off.
Kid, no!
What?
What are you doing? Like a dog who can't go into the river and is just going back and forth looking worried?
It's gross.
Yes.
Oh my god! They're gonna reach over and grab it by the freaking upper arms and forehead.
Oh my god.
I probably will lose an eye, but it's better than being arrested.
So
Again.
here's a question. Here's a question. He can easily pick Kid up unless Kid decides to struggle.
The picking up is not the hard part, it's the putting down that becomes difficult.
Going in.
This kid like wraps itself around Savior.
Just like koala hugs onto
Okay,
him.
you know
Like,
what?
No.
Savior will be like, all right, good enough. I didn't even want to do this goddamn rat mission, and now look where we are. Remember when I said to be subtle?
You went along with it.
Hey, I can't. It's true. Gunpie was my bad. Gunpie was my idea.
Rats in a basement.
It hurts so much. The back of my head hurts so much from laughing. Oh my god! All right.
I found it. It's called absorption. I fucked up how saying that.
Yay!
I didn't. So yeah. So by touch, it draws electricity energy from devices and in the meat. Oh, all devices or select devices? I need to figure this out. 1 second.
That's
Select.
kind of important
Select.
there.
It's select. You can only absorb from what you choose.
Okay, good. I don't want to do
The
another
taxi
electrical
lowers
aura.
back down. Yeah. Okay, so you drain the electricity from the phone, and actually, as you like hold on to it and begin to, it starts to ring, and then the ring goes.
Battery dead, sorry.
It just died on us. Don't know how.
All right, and driver Bob lifts up and takes off. And I'll spare you the players, the driver Bobberisms, but
Thank you.
just understand that the characters are definitely not spared.
So let me get this straight. Let me just get this straight.
Uh-huh.
I'm in the back of a goddamn taxi, covered in red pie sauce,
Uh-huh.
with kids stuck to my torso like a koala bear, and I have with an unconscious man we've just kidnapped
And
on the run
arrested.
from the police, and I have to listen to these goddamn puns.
Yep.
Worst day ever, and I'm counting Cyrene. And Cyrene was a shithole.
So, Squee, I guess this is going to be a ruling for you.
Uh-huh.
So, just to know how long this thing lasts, it says 1d6 plus 4 minutes per level of the spellcaster. Does that include the 4 or not?
Wait, include the 4? What do you mean the 4?
Yeah, it says 1d6 plus 4 per level of experience.
Yeah, I would think that the writing of that is saying that it's 1d6 plus 4 times whatever your level is.
Yeah, so roll
Okay.
1d6 plus 4.
And then times that by my
Yeah.
level.
Yes.
And your level is 9, right?
You will find out.
But yeah, it's fine.
If it is, then it's 63 minutes. Yes.
Now, all right, there's something that I'm actually considering at the moment. Most spells, you have the option of canceling at any time because it is magic. Your pies have always worked a bit differently, though, and I'm not sure if the effects of a pie can be canceled at will. I don't suppose the spell says anything about that, does it?
I will most spells along the Ludicrous Mage very rarely even say that you can cancel the spell.
Right.
There's only very few ones that actually...
So here's why, and normally it wouldn't even be an issue, but here's why I'm considering that I might say that it's not possible. Like, for example, let's say you make your nuclear pie and you throw it and it explodes and you cancel mid-explosion. I don't think that's possible. I kind of think that when it comes to the pies, the second it leaves your hand and explodes, which this quite clearly did, it is... I think the magic is in the pie, in the making of it, not in the material itself, if that makes sense.
Sure.
Is this something you were okay with? Would you like to contest it? I mean, because honestly, it could go either way here. I'm just kind
Personally, I always have pretty much all my skills as a permanency, unless it says otherwise.
Okay, perfect. That's
so
fine.
I'm okay with it sticking around.
Okay, so yes, Xavier, all of the things you just said, plus the red stuff is sticking around for a while.
Yeah, so we've pretty much just fucking, when you rob a bank, not that I've robbed a bank before, where they give you a die packet with the cash and the die pack explodes and it's really easy to track them. Oh, fuck. Okay, whatever. We've been in worse situations, I think.
I got an idea for the police car.
Okay,
That's not blowing it up.
Though,
Okay.
I you know what? I will contest this. On the spell, it seems that it actually just affects the character that you hit, not in any radius.
Oh, perfect.
Oh. Well, that's not as fun.
Tough shit.
Yeah, I know.
Still,
okay,
yeah, teasing.
we'll have to retroact a few things here. Well, no, wait. So, because if that's the case, then everything that just took place would not have taken place.
Well, he could have still gotten
would
splash.
Well, no. Apparently, from what he's saying, only Driver Bob would have turned red.
But he still could have gotten splashed by the cherry.
No, that's what he's saying. Is that according to the spell, if we take
This is what it says.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It does like 1d6 STC damage, which is basically like a punch.
Right.
And explodes into a red spray upon impact, turning the character or item no larger than a sports car red.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna keep the interpretation we have, because spray, by its very nature, implies can affect more than one thing.
Or you could also wiggle around it, being like, if you're inside the thing that's sprayed, then you should also be count as that too. I mean,
Yeah.
Yes.
I can see the man at the front. I'm just unsure if we're all like also getting
like
red.
by the time we get in there, all the red has been dived
wait.
through.
Now, see, that kind of makes sense. I like the idea of it being at the instant of impact. Anything within that that area got covered. But like, if you're touching it now, it's not dying you.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. That because he was right next to
So
Driver
for
Bob when it happened.
instance,
Your
my
gun-
Derringer would still be red, but
it wouldn't be making your clothes red, right?
Yeah. Oh, good. Oh, thank goodness. I was so worried about my drag.
But it still smells.
Yes, and
Like
not that
a
Kid would
cherry
know
bomb.
that.
Really?
Not that Kid would know this.
Mm.
So,
Yeah.
Kid is probably still hugging you like a koala. All right, so you guys start traveling down the road. It's a fairly busy road.
Anna has
and-
something.
Oh yes, Anna.
This is also partially me being a noob and keep forgetting to ask this. How does healing STC work from like the battle way long gone?
So the way healing STC goes, because I don't believe you have any accelerated healing, is typically speaking, you heal. I believe with rest.
I can
You
find
don't-
out exactly the numbers for you
Yeah, actually, I would.
while you're
prefer that.
explaining. Sure.
While PPE and ISP recovers a certain rate an hour if you rest, healing kind of works the same way. Is when you're in a restful state, when you're sleeping, when you're doing something like that, you recover a certain amount every hour or every few hours.
Okay. I'm just asking
But,
this because this can potentially heal me.
Oh, okay. Because with non-professional treatment, the rate of recovery is 2 hit points per 24 hours, or 4 SDC points a day.
Right. And it's been since your battle, it has been a day and a half at least.
Yeah, I only lost 5.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll say you're healed.
Okay. So then
So-
that I don't have to worry about the healing part of the spell.
Oh, perfect. All right. Okay. So you guys are traveling down a fairly busy road, and you are getting some looks from other taxis and more enclosed vehicles and things like
Okay.
that.
That's fine.
You don't hear any sirens coming after you as of yet. Whatever the case may be, maybe you made a clean escape. Maybe they are still investigating the scene or whatnot. It isn't unbelievable, especially for someone of Isaac's background, to know that what just happened was so chaotic that it might take them time to figure out what the hell's going on.
Excellent.
If they even bother with the time it'll take.
Right. So you drive, and it takes about 30 minutes or so as you pass several districts. You go all the way to I don't have my little pie chart of this city anymore.
Ha! A pie
chart.
chart. Looks like we do have to fucking suffer some puns still.
You go to the
I get
Marketplace
it.
district. Good job. You go to the Marketplace district, the district that is full of shops
Market.
and shops and inns and spectacles, the tourist section.
Sweet.
And you eventually turn down to a lesser traveled road. And the taxi eventually stops in front of a small rundown house. Anna?
Hmm?
This is a house that you are somewhat familiar with. Not
no.
incredibly, but you recognize it. This is the house of a very low-level lieutenant for 2 snaps. His name is Snaky. Now, you don't know his full name or his real name. All you know is Snaky because he's a human, but he's very wiry. And people just gave him that nickname before you came. You've always known him as that. He's a low-level lieutenant. From what you know, you haven't worked with him very often. You've seen him a few times around. He was one of those people that he had a little bit of power, always wanted a bit more, and was always trying way too hard to impress 2 snaps. And that's as much as you know.
And with 2 snaps dead. There's a pair. Okay, so what she'll say out loud is, well, this isn't his house at least.
Oh, and how do you know that? Xavier asks.
Because the person who lives here used to work for 2 snaps.
This guy? And Xavier's gonna point to the unconscious.
No, the
fellow.
person who lives in this house.
All right, give me a couple minutes, Xavier says, and maybe we'll find out for sure. And with that, Xavier will take out his little pocket mirror, look at his own face, look at the face of the younger fellow, look at his own face, look at the face of the other fellow, and then his face will start like kind of like turning almost like into putty, or he's molding it like putty. He's going to start shaping his face to match the features of the young fellow. and coloring it and activating the cybernetics to color his hair that way and retract the fiber optic the hairs, the fiber optic hairs to a shorter or different hair length. Regardless, I am using my disguise ability. If I may, should I roll for it, sir? Hello? Oh God! Please tell me you heard that.
Yes. No. I heard all of that.
Okay.
Sorry, I was muted, unfortunately. Yes, by all means, I would ask you to make it harder by 10 because his entire face is covered with red.
All right.
So like the features and all that, you have no trouble making, but the tone, the color, the complexion is going to be difficult.
All right. So I'm going to do disguise is normally 75, so I will try to roll under 65. 1d100. Ooh, I got 10. I succeed by 50 freaking 5.
So even though he covered up his face a lot when you were talking to him, Xavier's been around. He was able to pick up enough of this guy's complexion and color to be fairly confident that even though right now he's nothing but a massive red, that you can pull off a pretty good duplication.
Yeah. Wonderful. And then Xavier will kind of open up the door on the far side and be like, well, let's not strip him down completely, but give me that jacket and hat. Even though it's dyed red, at least it's the same clothes. And if no one hands it to him, he'll go ahead and just take it off the body himself.
Kid is still on you.
Put it on, and then he'll concentrate for a moment, and then he's going to try to focus on the voice of this guy. And now Xavier's going to try to mimic his voice.
Real quick, though, as Kid just pointed out, you still have a kid koala on you.
And I can take Kid.
And you can what, sir?
Isaac
And I
can
can
take
take
Kid.
Kid.
Isaac can take Kid, too.
Oh, okay.
Both just-
Just basically...
before he puts on the jacket, he's going to be like, that'll help. I mean, you're surprisingly light, Xavier will mimic, too.
Isaac will...
The kid, I thought with all that muscle, you'd be heavier, but, yeah. Go see Uncle Isaac!
basically unhook the backpack that is Kid and hook it onto him.
Okay.
Hey, we can break out the holster.
Yeah, Does Kid struggle against this, or as long as Kid is not touching the floor?
As long as Kid is not touching the floor, there is no resistance.
Hey.
So wouldn't the chair be fine?
Well, the chair's going to be covered in red stuff too.
Oh,
Pretty much everything's covered in red stuff. Now, by now, you guys would have noticed that it's not getting on you. Though Kid may not. I don't know. It depends if Kid went the whole way with their eyes closed or whatnot. But I would say that for the most part, most of you have been able to tell by now that it's not spreading. Okay, so Xavier, yes, you're going to try and because you had a fairly lengthy conversation with him, and you even heard him when he was rather upset. So sure, by all means, attempt to.
All right, imitation, voice, and impersonation. This I have to get under 68. Yeah,
okay. Yeah.
Right.
So you're able to do a convincing sound of him. The only issue now, so that you had a convincing face and a convincing voice, is Xavier is a little bit bigger of a frame than this guy. He's maybe a little taller. His shoulders are a little bit broader. Not horribly, but because this guy is still very young, he is a little bit smaller of a frame.
Fair enough. Xavier will kind of just, hopefully he won't. This guy won't notice, or I can explain it away at some point.
Mm-hmm.
But I got
and you're wearing a trench coat right now.
Exactly.
So it'll be a little easier to hide.
Definitely. And Xavier is going to, in this new guy's face and voice, which I'm sure is not weird at all, Xavier will look down into the cab and he'll say, "What's the approach here? Do you know? How does he make contact with the guy? Knock on his door or anything?"
Would I know this?
No. You know where he lives. You know it's his house. You've been here once or twice, but you don't know enough to know if he has a protocol or anything.
Well,
like that.
what did I do when I approached the?
When you excuse me. The times that you've been here with two snaps, and you've waited in the car as he did stuff.
Oh.
Okay.
You just get a
Then-
shrug then for mana.
Okay. Does he have a name?
Snaky is the only name I know him by.
Okay. Any other information you can give me?
Dude's creepy.
Okay. Xavier says with a bit of a shrug, and he'll be like, are you okay to cover me in case he attacks me or I get pulled in and never come out?
Yep, I already have an idea.
Oh.
Kid pipes up and goes, I can go with you. Just kind of staring at the floor.
Xavier nods and he says, maybe it's best, you could definitely come out here because you clearly are more comfortable that way, but maybe don't accompany me since he's probably only expecting this guy, right? And we don't even have a name for this guy, so we're going to have to go by it, right? But if he's expecting anyone, it's probably just going to be, me, and Xavier's going to give in finger quotations. So I would appreciate the cover, but maybe if you were, I don't know, across the street or someplace else. That
Yeah,
you
we
can
should move the
respond.
taxi.
Yeah, we should definitely move the taxi too.
Lucas is going to see if there's any pockets on this man. See if there's a wallet.
Oh yeah.
That would work too.
Oh,
I was gonna go the Boy Scout route, but okay.
Does anyone know anybody who puts their name on their underpants? Because I don't know anyone who puts their name on their underpants.
That's like summer
maybe-
camp.
Yeah, maybe that was like a thing earlier before our generation.
Oh, okay, makes sense. Don't want to mix up the old.
Lucas puts it there so he can remember his name.
I mean, out of character. Anywho.
So you find in his pockets, you do find a a wallet's not the right way to say it because there are no wallets the way we know them. What they have is what's called an identification package, and it looks kind of like an iPhone. It's a little device. It's not a computer so much as an image displayer, and what it is you can turn it on, you can slide through pictures, and it's got things like ID, different types of club memberships, anything that you would technically carry in your wallet can be displayed on this, and it has a little slip in the back for a credit, click card.
Sure.
And I would say that it's fairly easy to operate. If you don't know how to do it, and I would certainly know how to do it. So you can go through his identification package. And what you find is this kid he is a kid. He's 19 years old. He has several memberships. He has a membership to what looks to be a local gym. He has a value card for an ice cream shop. And he has a premium membership to the equivalent of an internet video game cafe.
Of course he does.
Nerd.
And he does have a Clicks credit card in the back of it, but without.
Oh, I was going to ask if the pass number or whatever for the click card that he gave us was on there at all, or on his person.
The what number? Oh, the password.
Yeah.
No.
Because he was going to give that to us
Right.
later if we did the job.
Right. No, that is not on this person.
Is there a name for this man?
Yes.
Are there several names for this man?
No, there's a real name for him, which is
Squee is just desperately trying not to think of the word Bob right now, too, so I don't get angry.
His name is Luther. Luther Pedfeld.
Okay.
All right.
What is his online handle?
Yeah, that actually might be important. Yeah. Is it Fire Rock?
Oh god.
Oh my god.
The nightmare becomes reality.
His online handle is LadyKiller348.
Oh.
At least it's not 6969. Okay.
Yeah.
God, there's a lot of lady killers out there.
You'd be surprised how many assassins. Anyways, okay. Luther, my name's Luther. My online handles Lady Killer. I am a nerd. Okay, great. Like I'm in character.
And scene.
And theme. No, so Xavier will get out of the taxi. Suggest that Kid find someplace less conspicuous to kind of keep an eye out, and the rest of the gang definitely find a place a lot less inconspicuous, or maybe just let Driver Bob go. Like he can just, we're done with his fare. You know what I mean?
Where do we hide a body in the middle of a city?
Oh shit!
Have them just fly around for a while.
Well, I mean, yeah,
I
you
can
could
just-
do that.
I can just like sit here with the guy. I have a radio and just tell Driver Bob to go around the block a few times.
Okay.
Just sit
Anna
there
will
with his
get
head
out
on
in
your
case she's
lap.
needed fast.
Leave the phone with them.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Okay. So that's not difficult at all. Driver Bob will do a few laps. So who is approaching the house? It's Xavier. It is
Just Xavier.
Not Anna. Yeah, Anna's gonna hide. She's just gonna get out of the car in case Xavier needs her immediately.
okay. So Anna's out of the car. Xavier's out of the car. Mm-hmm.
Kid is going to approach the house, but in like from a broader like angle, so like prowling, kind of sneaking around the side,
Got it.
checking in the windows and crap like that. So I suppose I should do a prowl check.
Okay. Yeah.
Boop. Shit.
Okay.
Ninja dive.
Wonder
if I could like
maybe
sneak tackle her.
maybe Kid is still freaked out by the red stuff everywhere and not its stealthy self.
It's in the pads and the paws, and now there's like grass and shit getting stuck in there, and it's just.
All right. So, Kid, Xavier and Anna, you would notice this very uncharacteristically for the small kid who is quite fast, agile, and usually very quiet, is making a lot of noise.
Xavier's gonna just close his eyes and count to 10.
Anna's just gonna go over to her and just be like, "Let's go this way, kid."
Oh my god! You know what I just
Go
had
this
the
way.
image of? Have you ever put seen someone put like shoes on a dog or on a cat, and they're just like walking awkwardly?
Kitten mittens? Yes, I've seen kitten mittens.
Oh my god.
Now it's time for Lucas to fuck Ghost.
Is Lucas getting off as well?
Oh yeah, he's not staying on the car.
Okay, what's Lucas doing? Xavier's approaching. Anna's hiding close by. Kid is trying to sneak up from around. What's Lucas doing?
I'm gonna share this in Discord.
Amateurs. I know how to stealth.
Oh no!
Famous last words.
Oh, this could have worked. Gonna Lucas this. All right.
Well, I mean, it can't be worse than mine. Well, technically it could be worse. but-
Yeah,
There's at least two numbers above that
Yeah.
that can really fuck it up. I succeed handily by almost 50. 49.
Good job.
All right, Lucas.
Now in ninja garb.
Now in ninja garb, Lucas
into the shadow.
slides stealthily around the other side of the house. All right, so if I understand correctly, here, let me just go ahead and clear drawings. That way, we're all pretty clear on what the.
What the hell's going on? Great.
So we'll say this is the house. If I understand correctly, Xavier's just going to approach it to go to the front door. Anna's hiding somewhere around here. Kid's going like this way, and Lucas is going like that way.
Wait, where am I hiding?
This way or that way.
Okay. Yeah, just hiding outside of the door at least.
Oh, Anna, yeah, you're hiding somewhere around here.
Like maybe out on the corner down the street.
Why
or
is the
something.
most useful person in the van? I mean, in the van. What's the most useful person in the cab going around the block a few times?
Well,
Her.
someone has to watch him.
I know, no. I just want to do a backhanded insult to Lucas. Really, Kid and Anna are cool. just wanted to be an asshole. Okay, you know
Let
what?
him have his Mission Impossible.
Yeah. Oh, I let him have all sorts of stuff. Did you just see what we did? Anyway, so Xavier's gonna sigh a little bit, and he's gonna head up to the door and give it a couple knocks.
You're gonna hear from inside, like a very faint voice. Who is it?
It's Luther, Snakey. Open up. I'm finished talking with those idiots.
Come on in.
Okay. Xavier will bring his hand to the door and see if it's unlocked.
It is unlocked.
All right. He'll open it up and go on in like he's done this a million fucking times.
All right. So you go inside, and it's a fairly dirty place. There's food on the counters. You know, this guy obviously does not live the cleanliest of lives. You are assailed by the smell of what smells like some sort of maybe kibble or gerbil food or some sort of dried food, and it's very easy to tell where it's coming from. The house is full of bags of some kind of pet food, and I mean full, like I mean hundreds of bags. Line the walls, on the tables, everywhere.
I hope this is a part of a master plan where he knocked off a food truck for animals. All right, anyways, please continue.
So I had a small realization that that's probably for the rats.
Oh, look at you! Look how smart you is. All right, anyway.
Anyways, continue.
Okay. So, and you hear the noise is coming from, like towards the back. It sounds almost like it's coming from downstairs, even though you're on the first floor.
What kind of noises?
His voice.
Oh, his voice.
Yeah. You hear in here, Lucy.
Lucy, okay.
Yeah, all right. Xavier, and he'll start peering around for a trap door or an access to a basement.
Yeah, it's open at the moment. It's clear to tell that it's towards the back of the house. If this was closed, it'd be pretty hard to find. Not impossible. You know, it's not the best trapdoor you've ever seen, but it's basically like a cabinet built to the floor that you lift the top of the cabinet and there's stairs that go down, but the top is open right now, so it's incredibly obvious at the moment. And you see stairs leading down below.
Xavier's gonna just pause for just a moment. And then, thinking to himself, well, I got backup pretty nearby. He'll just head over to the stairs and descend down into the basement.
You descend down into the basement and see quite a spectacular sight.
Oh.
You're walking down a hallway. The downstairs of the house is very different than the ratty, dirty upstairs. This is professionally built walls of polished steel and plexiglass. It is very well built, very well cleaned, and certainly looks like something that was expensive. And you walk down this hall, and you see to your left and to your right, it's like a kennel, but for rats. Thousands of rats. You can't really hear much from where they are. The glass or the plexiglass or something must be soundproof. But there are thousands of rats down here. And there is a hallway that goes on for about 100 feet, and then you see at the end of it, you see a guy. He's about 100 feet away, so he's not too easy to make out, but he looks tall and thin, and he's doing something on a table. And he again calls. He goes, "Come here, Luthi. Tell me how it went."
Can you not hear me?
Oh no, not until now.
Hey.
Sorry,
Oh, that's okay. They didn't interrupt your description. You got to still do your description. It's no big deal. But I did say something in between, but I'll just say it now. So Xavier will try to suppress the surprised look on his face by seeing so many goddamn rats. And yeah, he'll come on closer to this snaky guy and be like, "Yeah, these people that I met, they're a little weird, but they agreed to keep quiet and to get rid of in a few days, they're gonna, well, stop trying to look for us."
Good. Were you able to convince them to convince that man that he needs our services on a permanent basis?
Oh, yeah. One of them was a little stubborn on it, but he gives a bit of a smile. I kind of intimidated them a little bit. Made him think that we were a part of some huge outreaching organization that would kill them the moment that they didn't do what we said. So that set him straight.
He turns around and you see for the first time this guy. His nickname's well deserved. His eyes are very narrow. He has a very wide mouth. Not unnaturally wide, but if you look at him, you'd be like, "Oh God, that is wide, thin lips there." And his arms look almost like bone. And he comes over. He has a very disgruntled look on his face, and he cups your face in his hands. And he goes, "Luthi,
Yeah.
what did I tell you about the scare tactics, huh? People call the cops for that kind of thing. I told you, offer them the money, and I said be a little hard. I didn't say threaten to kill them."
Yeah, I know, but there's something you should know about these guys. You know that whole big Corsairs trial that happened a couple days ago?
Yeah, of course, everyone knows about that.
You know those other human beings that were the ones who were kind of brought into this time, they were unaware by those incompetent Corsairs?
The ones that had that firefight in the street?
Yeah, those were them. So it's not like they were going to call the cops.
Wait. You're telling me that group that was in a firefight with Corsairs in the middle of the street
Yeah.
is dealing with rat problems?
I have no
I
fucking
know,
idea.
right?
This guy must be paying them a ton, but that means he has a lot more money that we can get.
Hey now, hang on there. He starts his hands. He starts like patting your cheek. He goes, Luthi.
Yeah.
Think we can get him to work with us? The meeting's in 3 weeks, Luthi, and man, we need to make a splash. And if we do, I'm the next 2 snaps. Now, if I can bring those guys to the table and impress the others, what do you think, Luthi? What do you think? But you scared them, man. Oh, and he starts walking away, throwing his hands up.
No, Xavier will raise up his hands. He says, I didn't scare him too much. It wasn't like they were terrified. They just backed off, didn't want to ask any questions, right? But, I can talk to them again. Or maybe you can talk to them. No, that's not a good idea. That wasn't part of the plan, I know. Well, I'll just be nicer next time. I'll test it out with them, see if they want to come on board.
Now you said that they were willing to play ball, right?
They were, yeah, very willing.
And Snakey starts getting excited, like starting to drink his own Kool-Aid kind of face.
Good.
And he's like,
Drink all
yeah. We offer them a cut.
Yeah.
We get them to work for us. And then we use them along with this to convince the others that. And he's like snaps his fingers like with this like. He goes, yeah. I'm gonna be the next 2 snaps. You just wait and see, Luthi.
Awesome. That means I can be your number 2, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Good.
You've been with me for Lucy, of course,
Oh, wow.
Lucy, and he like puts an arm around your shoulder. Lucy, come on, you don't think I wouldn't take care of you, right?
Of course. And then Xavier's eyes are gonna cast over to one of the rat things. He goes, "Oh, is he doing all right?" He's gonna kind of point to one of the rats. He looks a little sick.
Lucy, we are storing thousands of rats in here. They die by the dozens every day. You know that.
Yeah, but
He's special.
Yeah.
He goes, Lucy, let me deal with the thinking, huh? Now,
Okay.
go feed the rats. And he'll give you like a slap on the shoulder and then go back to the table.
Okay. Xavier will get up and start heading towards the I guess the ladder leading up to the first floor.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll climb it. And Xavier will... Okay, wait. Do you want to stop here for a moment to give the other players?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, we can say That's the
Yeah,
so.
to
What
do
has everyone
something?
else been doing this time?
Because
During this
been
time,
a couple minutes, right?
yes. During this time, even those with nice superior hearing and all that. Once Xavier went downstairs, you've heard nothing really from them. He's disappeared. He's been down for a few minutes.
I don't know about everybody else, but Kid's just kind of been like peeking in through one of the windows, trying to wipe their feet on the grass.
You can smell the rat food from where you are.
I didn't doubt that. Can I smell the rats as well, or just the kibble?
Actually, no, you can't. You can't smell or hear them.
Okay.
I think Anna will probably just still be waiting for any kind of sign from Xavier that he needs help and not intervening.
All right. What about Lucas?
Lucas is just kind of prowling back and forth between the corners of the side of the building that he's on, and every once in a while, like stepping back, then forward, then back, then forward. And then wiggling his butt a little bit.
Oh my god.
But that's about it, really.
Okay. Isaac, you're currently driving around the block listening to, and that's how I became not the taxi driver the city needed, but the taxi driver they deserved.
Yep. And he's sort of paying attention, but not really. He's just making sure that this guy who's unconscious, who's on the floor of this cab right now, with Isaac's boot on his chest, is covered with 2 pistols aimed at his head.
All right.
Keep driving. Go ahead. Keep driving.
He's still sleeping soundly.
Okay. But if he does wake up, Isaac is fucking ready.
I understand. Wait.
Right.
So you're just straight up standing with 2 guns out in the open?
This
No,
is
he's
an
in the
enclosed cab, right?
Well, no, none of these are enclosed. Remember, these are like barges. They don't have roofs and...
I thought they had railings.
They had railings, yes, but
Yes.
railings
I'm
don't
sitting
block
down.
vision.
I'm sitting down.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
they do. Hold on. Let me just
Some
hold on.
can.
Hold on. What are these guys? What are these things called again? Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Just type in Star Wars.
Star Wars skip.
I'm sure.
First
I'm sure
result.
there aren't that many images about Star Wars. I'm sure you'll find it real easy. Well,
Okay.
Think like a metal railing that it's not like it's got glass or anything on it. So
These are a lot smaller than I thought they were.
that's what she said.
yeah. So
Okay.
but sitting down is a lot different than what I was thinking. I think you're standing like with a foot on his chest with
Absolutely
the guns.
not. He would be sitting
Okay.
with his foot on his chest.
Got it. All right. So you are making a conscious effort not to be insanely obvious to anyone that passes you.
No.
That's good enough for me.
Firing into the air.
Yeah, that is good enough for me. I'm not going to assume that. I'm not going to be the bad GM and say, "Well, you didn't technically say." I think Isaac is intelligent enough to.
Yes.
Not shoot in the air.
Yes. All right. So, okay. So we'll go back to Xavier real quick. Xavier, you've been told to feed the
I
rats.
has a plan. Yes. Oh, well, so Xavier's gonna go upstairs. He's gonna head over to because there's bags of fucking rat food everywhere, right?
Right.
And what Xavier's gonna do is gonna find a big pile of it. He's gonna push it over, right? And when it comes crashing the door, he'll be like, "Oh God damn it, Snaky! Ah, shit! This food's everywhere, and I'm pinned down. Get up here and help me, please." And then Xavier's going to crouch by. Now he had to go up and down that ladder, right? So he'll know what way Snaky's going to be facing when he comes up the ladder, right? So Xavier's going to be crouched over that hole with his knockout spray ready. And when his head comes up, sleepy time.
Oh my God. Okay. So all of this is obviously doable. I mean, there's nothing stopping this from happening. I will say, everyone outside, you will hear everything that he just shouted.
Oh God.
All right.
Here's the thing about as much as she knows
Sounds like
about
he's-
Xavier, is the fact that he's like will lie in any situation so far, so she doesn't know if this is like an actual issue or. So that's
Well, he is calling for Snaky.
Yeah.
yeah. No, I don't know. Maybe no. She'll stay on the corner for now.
That's what Lucas would be like. Good thing I'm not sneaky.
Oh, Lucas.
Okay. I'm just going to roll a save against non-lethal.
Okay.
He's gonna come up the stairs, and there are stairs more than a ladder, but they're very narrow, and they come out of a, like a 3 foot by 3 foot square hole. So not hard to tell where that head's gonna pop up. And the whole time he's coming, it's like, ah, damn it, Lucy! Every time and he fails miserably.
Night, night, Snaky. Night, night.
Check for me. Not now. It's not important now. But check for me. How many uses the can has? If it says.
Yeah, I will.
Be sure to
I've been
keep track
trying
of
to
it.
find it. I don't even know what fucking source book I got it from. I was looking through all the 3 Galaxy stuff. I'm gonna have to Google it, but I'll figure this out. Don't you worry.
Yeah, it's not important at the moment.
only used
I'm sure
it
it has
twice,
at least.
so.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I'm sure it has at least 2. So just and I trust you to keep track of it on your own. So he slumps over the fake cabinet wall.
Excellent. Xavier will get onto his little radio, and hopefully Isaac's at least tuned on to it. But he'll say loud enough for whoever's around there to hear him too. He goes, "Well, that's the only other guy here. We've kind of unearthed Snaky's plan. So why don't you bring him and the real Luther in here, and we can wrap up this whole mission. We found where all the rats were coming from. Spoiler, no, I wouldn't say spoiler. That's out of character. It's like they're all in the basement, and there are literally thousands of them.
Oh.
Goody.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, Bob. Take us down, please.
Okay, will do. And he takes you down right where you are.
No, in front of... Take us down where you dropped off the rest of our friends.
Okay, he says with just as much enthusiasm and lifts back in the air. And he starts to take you back to where you are, where everyone else is. Takes about 30 seconds or so. You've just been circling the block.
Yeah. All right, and then Isaac will heft the unclothed guy over his shoulder.
Unjacketed?
He's got clothes.
Unjacketed, yeah.
It doesn't have his jacket anymore.
All right. Then he will heft him over his shoulder, still handcuffed and all of that.
As you do that, the hefting over the shoulder, it jostles him enough. He goes, where am I? What's going on?
All right, Isaac's gonna put both of his pistols back and take out another pistol, put it to his leg, and shoot.
Oh my god!
Oh.
So, hold on. This is a very
Is this
special
like
pistol.
a nicer?
This is a very special
More
pistol.
red stuff.
Hold on.
Yay!
Hold on. A bolt of electricity will hit him. You will need to save versus
if he's slung
non-lethal
over your
poison.
shoulder, won't it hit you too?
Yes, but he is immune to tasers.
Oh, yeah.
Electricity doesn't do much to
Mm-hmm.
Isaac.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So this is actually just a tasing gun.
Nope.
It goes right back out.
Nah, he doesn't go out per se. He's still conscious, but he is just kind of like he does a thing, and then he's just like slumped over your shoulder with like a moaning, like he's conscious, but he's not very aware.
Okay. Then we will try and hurriedly go into the house.
And as you go into the house, you hear like, "Mama."
Oh.
Does everyone else follow them into the house?
Yep.
Okay. The rest of you will see the hundreds of bags of rat food, or actually, no, it's dog food. I'm sorry, because they don't have like hundreds of bags of rat food on Zebron. So it's like a pet food, like dog food. And you'll see Xavier there with an unconscious Snakey.
Hey, can
really
you
like-
recharge the phone?
No. Unless there's a charger here. I thought the reason I thought you were asking Anna that.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was.
Oh. Not without frying it.
Oh shit.
Xavier will say, I'm sure it's programmed in. We can get the cab to call the police if they think there's something to worry about.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. Xavier will pause for a moment and be like, maybe we should get our story straight before the police come.
Should we just
Sounds like an
not be
idea.
here when the police come? I like that story.
Oh. Yeah, that's a good story, Xavier says. The fun unconscious guys and a bunch of rats. And
Oh!
maybe
Oh!
we should leave a letter?
No. No. You should confess everything in your modified voice. And record it.
Son of a
That's an
bitch.
excellent idea, Xavier
What
says.
is the story?
Oh, the story is oh, yeah, Xavier says. Oh, yeah. So apparently Snakey and this other guy were... Oh, you're going to love this, by the way, too, Anna. They wanted to become the next Two Snaps with this scheme.
Ah.
But, yeah. But they were harassing this guy. Not too sure why just yet. I guess it doesn't matter. We know where the rats keep coming from. They keep exposing them to his place, and there's literally, thousands of them. So there's enough evidence here to kind of show that something's going on down, and I'm sure the police can sort out the rest of it. Right?
If not, I mean, we can always whisper into a few people's ears, I'm sure.
And the most important thing is that regardless, this entire scheme has been shut down. We can take it to, the guy who hired us. We can get our money, and we can continue on and never speak of this again.
We can then take care of the rats, and they won't come back.
Yes.
Problem
I don't know if we
solved.
should kill all of them. When you say take care, what do you mean?
Like little babbies.
Oh, please, no.
Oh,
rats.
no, we're
I'm
not abducting 1,000 rats, Lucas.
I was just talking about the ones in the building with the wine. They have brilliant taste in alcohol.
Real quick,
You
kid,
want-
you have a plus sign.
Kid
Oh.
was gonna go down to the basement.
Oh, okay.
Kid, you see what Xavier saw.
Oh boy. Is there anything else? Were there any hidden compartments in the hidden compartment?
Nothing hidden, but you do find the table that Snakey was working at. You do find a like a data pad.
Okay. Kid's gonna grab that and bring that upstairs.
Okay. Okay, so you bring that upstairs while everyone else is talking. So basically, while you guys are discussing, Kid like disappears and then reappears a little bit later with a data pad.
They just
Oh.
hold it out to you like these seem important.
Yeah, they do. Good job, kid, Xavier says, as he begins to cycle through the data pad.
All right. The data pad is not locked by any means. It has a collection of a few things that you very quickly find interesting, which is that this was not the only person that was experiencing these quote-unquote recurring rat problems. There was no less than 15 people, all fairly in the money, experiencing these issues. You have the data pad itself has like an outline. Maybe Snakey was laying his thoughts down, or maybe he was just had like a plan to go by.
Planning. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The gist of it is that Snakey was trying to figure out how to best prepare for something. He figured that smuggling was too difficult, given how difficult it is to do in the city. But a rat racket would be fairly easy. As quickly as they breed, he wouldn't have to smuggle them in. And it is just a crazy enough, it's literally written, a crazy enough idea that no one would expect it.
Yeah. Bad news, Snakey. Xavier mutters to an unconscious Snakey. No, he'll say, well, I don't think there's no much of a need to record a confession because we have the entire scheme pretty much right here. So this is what I think we should do. Mm-hmm.
I was going to say, well, there's one more thing you find that you would find of interest. It is a message, not written by him, but a message like an email received to the data pad. And it reads something like the following. We all know what happened to Two Snaps. And there's two ways this can go down. We can all fight each other over it like barbarians trying to take his place and turn the city into a war zone. Or we can handle this in an organized manner. Anyone who wants to take Two Snaps' position will meet at the following location in 3 weeks and prove to everyone else why you deserve to run the black market on Zebron. Then we agree that whoever makes the best impression becomes the next Two Snaps. And then it has like a signature of like 13 different, like, they're not signatures so much as like marks.
Okay. Oh, and well, this will be very interesting, Xavier says. And he'll communicate what the email says to everyone, so there's no confusion.
I want to be in on that meeting. That sounds like an entertaining day.
Really? Xavier quirks a brow. I would have figured after your previous involvement with them and the fact that you were handed over as a scapegoat, you would have nothing to do with these folks.
Oh, I'm just curious to see who they would pick.
Xavier pauses for a moment. He says, if all of the leaders, the would-be leaders, show up and they all get arrested or meet unfortunate ends, does that mean there's no more underground criminal ring in Zebron?
Probably.
Hmm?
Sounds like a good idea.
So if we hand this over to the... Sorry, what's the security force of Zebron called?
CDF.
CDF, Commonwealth Defense Force.
Yeah. So if we hand this over to the CDF, and they have one hell of an operation going on, I bet you they'd probably reward us for the information. If not in money, in political favors. And considering what our new job is for the Corsairs, that could be really advantageous, don't you think?
Mm-hmm.
And it could lead back to me.
I think this is a fantastic way to wipe the slate clean with you. And maybe we can finagle a legal way for you and your sister to get identities and for her to get the proper medical attention she deserves. This is huge.
True.
But I'm just thinking out loud here. What do you guys think?
Well, I was thinking of taking them by storm and becoming the new Lord of the Underground, but hey.
Really? Xavier asks flatly.
Only in passing.
Oh, okay.
You could definitely do better than about 5 of those names.
And that's actually a fair point to point out. Those marks, Anna, you'd recognize maybe half of them.
Xavier does say, he's like, we could go that route too. We could
that's
become
too much
lords.
work.
Yeah. Yeah. And a lot of
Maybe
problems,
later.
too. Maybe later we'll become lords of the underworld. Okay, all right, I understand, Lucas.
These guys are not always the most efficient, other than not getting caught, usually.
So what I'll do is I'll save this email onto my holo computer here, and we can use it as or because we don't want to be here when the cops show up, right?
Yes.
So I save the email on my holo computer, erase it from the data pad. Then, in a couple days or so, we march over to the CDF and we say, hey, we just got some intel. Here you go. Can you solve some problems of ours? And then we explain Anna's problem and her sister's problem, and I think that's a fair trade.
I could very well have been gone in this email if we set up the story right.
Yes, you could be the hero that brought down the entire underworld. That's a great idea.
Well, this one.
Well, what, there are more?
Not in Zebron, that I'm aware
There you
of.
go. Well, there you go. The entire underground is Zeberon. I mean, come on. That's amazing. I bet you they've had entire departments work on this for years and years and years, and here you come. Hero. That's good.
Why would they trust?
Because you'll have us backing you up. And they can just go out and find out themselves. And they'll see if it's true. And if it's not true, then they can charge you for obstruction of justice or whatever they want to say. But we know it's true, so we have nothing to worry about.
I think they could probably charge me for more than that.
We'll make sure there are no charges after this. As you noticed, I'm a pretty good negotiator.
You a good lawyer?
We don't even need to involve the lawyers at that point. But I do know a lot. Well, Xavier says, well, I did know a lot about law of a place called the CCW, but that was, a few hundred years back in a different galaxy. Well, not a different galaxy, but a few hundred years back. So I don't think my legal pertinence is going to be very useful here. But like I said, it's going to be a negotiation, a favor for a favor, a reward for useful information.
What's more, 2 more citizens.
Exactly. Is everyone fine with this idea?
Sure.
All right. So then Xavier will transfer the email to his holo computer, delete the original, get these guys posed nice and pretty with the data pad. I think I'm not going to leave it on them in case they wake up before the cops come, but they'll leave it with driver Rob, which we'll be using to notify the police. And then we will, GTFO on foot? For a little while,
for a couple blocks.
Yeah, I mean you're in the trade district, so it's not like there aren't lots of streets where people walk down and all that. Certainly,
perfect.
You can always just call a different cab.
Yes, or once we get a couple blocks away, perhaps.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll call a different cab.
Were we going to do the confession? The recorded confession?
Well, I don't think there's much of a need for that now, considering there's a written confession on the data pad, or at least a written plan of what they were going to do with the rats, right? Only that with Driver Rob, and so when they come to investigate Driver Rob, they'll see the data pad, they'll read it, they'll investigate the house, they'll see the dudes, they'll see the rats, they'll put the 2 and 2 together. Problem solved. We wait for it to hit the news. Then we go to the guy who hired us, say, there's, that place where they found thousands of rats? That was your rat problem. You'll never get the rats again, and we'll get rid of the original ones in the basement, and all will be well. We will have money, we will have political favors, we will be away from all this, and everything will be wonderful. I honestly thought this was going to be the worst day of my life, but now this is just pretty much average.
As you say that,
Your
you
average
begin to
days
notice,
are weird.
Isaac, you especially begin to notice that the guy you're carrying on your shoulder is weeping softly. And he's going, Mom's going to be so mad at me.
Yeah, she is.
Well-
I'm just going to say, and can we assume we have 3... I have 3 doses of knockout spray?
I'm gonna put him down
Okay.
and say,
No,
well,
Xavier, sorry. No, you go first.
you should have thought of that before you started doing this. Honestly,
And
Yeah, I grew up in it. I had no other choice.
He's just sniffling. He's like kneeling there sniffling.
Oh, well. Good night.
Yeah.
Xavier says as he raises his face again.
Oh, hang on. Maybe he's developed a Resno.
I love this. Once this runs out, I gotta get more. I have a neural stick too, but this is much better. This is more fun to just spray shit in his face. I honestly gotta find. Now that we use 3 doses, now I'm as a player, I'm not gonna use it anymore until I know how many doses it's got.
Okay, sure. All right, so
Just to be fair,
Infinite.
right?
2 applications per can.
exactly.
2 applications
Oh,
per
where'd
can.
you find this?
Medical supplies.
Where'd you find this?
Very beginning of the group
Where?
loot. Very beginning of the group loot, right underneath
But
group
what
items
book
not
is it
claimed.
from, so we know what the effects and shit?
Dimension Book 6, 3 Galaxies, page 111.
Better organized than you thought.
all right.
Then I
we'll
don't spray him a 3rd time.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Obviously, if it's 2 applications per can.
It's just like a disappoint. Oh.
You go to spray him and nothing happens. Just little sputter
On
and
the
nothing.
group loot?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
group loot.
There it is.
Yeah.
Wait, those are skin cans.
No, above
Oh,
that. KO spray.
Never mind. Adeur. I see it now. I see it. Okay, so how are we gonna knock him out? I guess I have to use the stick, although that's gonna hurt him.
The only thing I can think of is
offers to knock
punching.
him out.
Oh god.
Oh god! So while you guys are just like doing, he's sitting there like he's sniffling. He's like, "Look, just let me go. I'll never even touch crime again. I'll go back to school. I promise."
For how long?
Until I get a degree. Mom always
Hold
wanted
on,
me to
hold
be a
on,
dentist.
guys. Hold on. And Isaac is going to kneel down, stare at him in the eyes, and use empathy.
Oh gosh! All right.
Okay. Yes.
You have a mix of absolute terror, regret, and remorse.
Okay.
Over the urine.
Maybe a little bit of urine,
Urine
That's
isn't
not
an
an
emotion.
emotion.
It is now.
but it is powerful.
So
Oh
Squee,
my god.
Squee.
Mhm.
I would also like to ask him to verify. You are really going to do this if we let you go, right? And I would like to use a skill. There is a skill called interrogation techniques, as I gave you the snippet for that.
Right.
If
right.
it is combined with empathy, I can basically tell when somebody is lying.
Correct. So
Should I roll?
this is yes, please.
Okay. So, I succeed by 5.
Okay. So this is not an unfamiliar situation for Isaac to be in. Having been the sheriff of a town, albeit a small town, still a town. What you're dealing with is very reminiscent of the kid who thought it was fun to shoplift and got caught. And now they are terrified because the gravity of what they've been doing has finally sunk in. Because there are that, like those teenagers that think, oh, it's all fun and games, it's all fun and games, it's all great fun. Oh my God, I'm caught, I'm going to jail, kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
This is what you're sensing from him. When you ask him, if he means it, he goes, yes, I'll go to school. I'll do what Mom said. I promise. Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Savior,
Yes.
you might not need to fake it. I think he's willing.
Oh, yeah. All right. Xavier will give a bit of a smile, and he says, here's the deal. You confess to the police. You'll get in a little bit of trouble, but not as much trouble as if we just found you here unconscious as a part of this whole scheme, right? After all this was Snaky's idea. He told me that. You were the follower. He was the brains of the operation. Okay? You'll probably have to if you're lucky, and you get a good lawyer, probably no jail time, probably some community service, some supervision, that whole thing, right? Then you go off to school and you learned your lesson, right? But if we let you go right now, then you're not going to learn your lesson. It's best that you confess your crimes to the police. Okay? And then at least you can tell them your side of the story, rather than us telling them what you did.
He starts blubbering a little bit and kind of like all in a rush. He's like, oh, no, I can confess. Maybe I can say that I thought, this was just a legitimate business and he hired me on and I can tell him everything he did. And that I just thought, I didn't know this was illegal.
Okay.
Now, Isaac, he's lying, but
Oh, no.
that part of it.
Don't give me that. You knew this was illegal. I can tell.
No, I mean, but maybe you'd let me tell them that?
They won't believe you, honey.
No, they won't.
It's probably best just to come clean completely. Because if our friend here can figure out whether you're telling the truth or not, what do you think a professional police officer, professional CDF officer is going to?
Isaac will shoot you.
That makes him break down. That makes him break down.
So.
And he just starts sobbing uncontrollably.
All right, kid. Well, good luck. Xavier says. If it's Xavier, before he leaves, he'll be like, if it's any consolation, we'll put in a good word for you, okay?
He doesn't react. Either he doesn't hear you or he can't stop sobbing. One of the two.
Okay.
Hey,
Anna-
Xavier.
Hmm?
Are you going to give him back his cloak?
No, it's fine now.
Approved. Anna.
It
Mine.
wasn't his.
Anna is going to kneel in front of him and ask him, "Do you by any chance know who I am?"
He looks and he's thinking, recalling. Sweet Pea! Oh, Sweet Pea,
Fuck.
Sweet Pea! You gotta tell them! I didn't mean any of this, Sweet Pea.
Now you're gonna die.
Okay.
Don't ever call me that, first of all, you guys. Second,
Sweet pea.
nope. And second, you never saw me here. All right? Because if you know who I am, you know what I can do to you. And I can find you quite easily.
Hang on, give me a second here. He just kind of gulps and nods. Never saw you, Sweet Pea.
Stop calling me Sweet Pea.
Miss, never
Good
saw
enough.
you.
Good enough. And she'll stand up and leave.
All right. So we can pull back into a narrative space if you guys want to.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right. So you guys contact the CDF and then beat feet. You leave the data pad with driver Bob, if I understand correctly.
Correct.
Okay. And you guys are able to call another cab and leave the scene. So for the most part, you guys got away scot-free. The police are on the way to that scene. You're not going to know what's going on there, of course. But where would you guys like to go? What would you like to do?
We have
You
a
should
rat
probably
problem.
talk to the guy.
Yeah.
Okay. So you head back to... Let me check my notes here. To Biggs Manather. So you head back to Mr. Manather's house, and you knock on the door, and he greets you, and he says, you're back. I
By the
wasn't
way, I
expecting
changed
you
my
so...
face back normal, by the way.
Oh, sure, of course.
Yeah.
Because it's only been maybe an hour and a half since you left.
Yeah, we're the best at rat catching. Sorry.
Well,
And he
that's
goes,
questionable.
I didn't expect you so soon. Did you need something else? Did you forget something, or?
Am I talking, or would someone else like to?
I think I've done enough damage.
I'm
Anna,
distracted.
kid.
I
Anna,
was distracted.
kid,
I missed
Isaac,
that.
you guys can talk. I don't always have to talk and be like, "Yeah, we solved your problems." What else can? I mean, I need to be the big talker.
Anna's
Yeah,
still
Kid would
pouting about
just-
Sweet Pea.
Okay.
Kid would just say we fixed it.
Yeah, basically, long story short, it seems like you pissed off some people that hired a group of thugs. They decided to, well, periodically plant rats in your basement. We know this because we were able to track down who it was and went to their house, and they had over 1,000 rats that they were raising. We also got their confession. They are also going to be put in jail pretty soon, if not right now. So I do believe that our entire job is done. We
But
should not have a rat
why-
problem anymore.
I don't. They just raise rats and put them in my basement.
Yeah, not just yours, Xavier says. Actually, it was about a dozen other names of influential and rich individuals to force them to hire exterminators, eventually being so frustrated the only help they could assist would be their own, in which then they would either blackmail you or charge you huge amounts of rates in which to, pay them to get rid of the rats. It was a long-term, I guess you could say, a fraud, really. You're being defrauded, sir. But we fixed that.
I'm not sure if that's ingenious or the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
I believe the quote was, "It's so stupid they wouldn't expect it."
Mm-hmm.
I can certainly believe that. All right. So that means that the rat problem should go away permanently, right?
Yeah, it's supposed to get rid of the ones that are still down there in your basement. They will not be replaced by the thousands that were kept. Those have now been. Those are being dealt with by the authorities.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Perhaps the best idea would be to wait a few days, see if you are able to live without some rats, check the daily newspaper to see if there are, if any of this actually gets on there. It should, because of how wacko it is. If you want, we can get rid of the rats that are still in there, in your basement.
Yes, I would appreciate that.
Sure.
But I think that's a great idea. I'd say maybe 6 days or so. They always came back. Well, no, it took a few weeks the last time. But how about we'll say 2 weeks. If no rats come, I will deposit the full sum. And my gosh, since if it is as you said and you saved me, a nice little bonus into your account.
Okay.
We do like nice little bonuses, sir. Thank you very much.
Yes, no, thank you.
You're welcome.
If you need to go down to the cellar, by all means. Is there anything I can get you? Refreshments or?
Actually, I wouldn't mind a little bit more of that wine, frankly. It was surprisingly very good.
Oh, well, and now like with that, he smiles warm, like, well, of course. Right this way, right this way. And
Okay.
he would lead you down to the cellar. There were still those rats in the wall. I believe, Kid, you had trouble telling exactly how many. There's probably less than 10, somewhere between, say, 5 and 10 rats in there.
Okay. Does he say anything about the hole in the wall?
No. In fact, he says that if it gets rid of the rats once and for all, and you need to remodel the wall a little bit, he is okay with that. Just try and minimize it. It basically, he's already spent so much money on this that it's like a drop in the bucket at this point.
Well,
All right.
I have a question for him.
Mm-hmm.
Does he mind gunshots?
You mean like with bullets?
Well, yeah. I mean, I have these, and he's going to take out 2 of his pistols.
He like kind of flinches a little bit, and he says, well, the neighborhood might kind of start wondering why there's a lot of gunshots coming from my house.
Oh, fine.
Is it possible to avoid that?
Kid, I think you got this.
Kid starts going into the wall. Should I like roll something? Because I'm
just gonna say this. I'm gonna say this, so we keep it nice and simple.
Okay.
Roll me 1d4, and this is how many hours it takes to track down all the rats, like the group, to track down and kill, and be sure that you've gotten them all.
Roll it.
Yeah.
Okay. Not the smartest rats. So
Or maybe
it's
just a really smart kid.
Yes. Possibly. Looking at the stats. So it's about early evening by the time there's a few holes in the wall here and there. Probably a good 5,000 clicks worth of damage to the wall. But you can't hear any more rats or any more squeaking, and you are pretty certain you got them all. There's 8 of them.
Right. Kid finally pops out and kind of like dusts off like plaster and wood splinters, and it's like, it's done. With like one last rat squirming in their hand.
Well, there you go, Xavier says, giving Kid a little thumbs up.
Plaster and wood splinters, no problem. Red goo, yeah.
It's
Hey.
sticky,
Stay.
okay?
I know.
And I got the cute image of friggin' Kid Koala bearing on Xavier. It's adorable.
No, I'm thoroughly amused by it. I am thoroughly amused by everything right now. So
Yeah. Honestly, when we were in that goddamn taxi cab, I did not see it ending this way. But
It
who'd have thought
actually
actual subtlety and craft caused victory? It's like a good old-fashioned sneaky masquerade as a dude and then gas him as he's climbing up the stairs technique. It's a classic.
Oh, clearly.
it's that the face change and voice mimic is a very powerful tool when
It can be,
it's successful. Yeah.
Definitely.
Because I mean, if most of us don't think about it on a day-to-day basis, but if someone looks like your friend and sounds like your friend, you don't meet them and
treat
start
them like your
interrogating
friend.
them. Exactly. Yeah.
Exactly.
You don't sit there and go, "Hey, are you really my friend?"
I asked that
Yep.
for other reasons.
Hey, Jay. I don't think you're really Jay. You didn't do the correct
Unless you're
knock.
super paranoid and every time you meet your friends, you ask them that. I should be
Yeah.
doing that now because you guys are just voices on the internet. You guys could be anyone.
Dun dun.
No.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, all
so-
those pictures are fake.
So he thanks you again, and he actually gives you a bottle of his best wine. He actually fills it and corks it himself. Says
Sweet.
that it has been fermenting for 15 years.
Damn, son.
And he names it from a planet you've never heard of, and says that it is a dessert wine, which basically just means it's very sweet. And he bids you all adieu, and he sounds very happy and cheerful, and promises that in 2 weeks' time, if he has not seen or heard any rats, that he will deliver the sum of 150,000 clicks plus a bonus that was unspecified exactly how much that would be into your account.
It was the line. It's valueless to him.
How much was that again?
Delightful.
Into our account, along with the bonus?
150,000 clicks in 2 weeks.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Hooray! We're rich.
Okay. So, we can still stay in a narrative state here. What
Sure.
would the group like to do next?
Well, I guess we could wrap things up. You know,
Yes.
if we want to speed ahead 2 days later, we could wrap up the session with the whole negotiations with the local defense force.
I was
and-
thinking that was
yeah.
an excellent way to do it, and then you guys could take the week to decide what your next step is. But yes, I think that would be very, very good idea. So we'll skip ahead a few days. How do you want to approach this matter? Do you want to just you approach the CDF building, or?
Well, I think putting our strongest foot forward, since they know who we are and how we helped out with that previous task with the whole Magnolia thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Our group has quite a bit of credence behind it, right? So it'd be better than just sending in Anna alone, being like, "Hey, I solved all this stuff. Do my favor," right? We could kind of be her spokesperson. Xavier is very willing to be a spokesperson, so to speak. But I think if it's up to the other players if they're interested in participating. But if they are, then I mean, just more of us would strengthen our cause.
Yes.
Oh, we could ask. You mean the senator?
No, the one lady who helped us arrest Magnolia, who was just like,
Oh,
yeah, no, lies
the
are
deputy
okay.
or the lieutenant or whatever her name is.
Didn't she wash
The
her hands
captain.
of us?
The captain.
She kind of did. She told you. I mean, she didn't leave you on bad terms or anything. She basically told you that you were free to go. And oh yeah, and then she did actually quite say that sometimes lies aren't bad. Oh God, I don't remember what she was lying about, but
I think it
Oh,
was
no, it
looking the
was
other way about me.
yes, that was right, exactly. And she said that there are times when lies are necessary or even acceptable.
Okay, yeah, she definitely sounds like someone we want to deal with. That's not sarcasm. I mean, we
No,
totally
yeah.
want to deal with her. She is morally flexible. That's
I'm
good.
looking to see if I ever actually gave her a name. I believe you've only heard her called Captain before.
Oh, okay. That's
Probably. If not, we can wreck
She was
on
just
that.
addressed by other
Hmm.
CDF officers.
Sure.
Question.
Hmm.
Was the 2 days like one full day, another full day, then on the third day that happens, or is it like?
It's up to you
Yeah.
guys. If you're worried about like healing up or whatnot, I'm sure that you guys can wait until you are prepared to do. You know what I mean? Like if you're trying to heal some PPE or whatnot, I don't see any reason why you guys can't wait until 2-3 full days or whatnot.
I'm
Up to the party, of course.
I'm just trying to make sure that I am counting how many full days are happening.
I would say logically thinking, you would have that evening, 2 full days, and maybe you're there that third morning, the morning of the third day.
Okay. So I think I got this. Great.
Okay.
So 60
so-
hours, essentially.
Yeah. And so you guys are going to the CDF building, and then you're going to ask for the captain?
Yes.
Okay. Since you don't know her name, you have to kind of describe a little bit of what happened, because she was wearing
Xavier
armor
describes
most
the chestal region. She said about a B cup. Maybe see.
of the time. Eventually, you're pointed to a Captain Shinsi. SHIN space SE.
Shinzi, okay.
Shinze.
And they will ask you to take a seat, and said that she will be with you at her earliest possible free moment.
Okay.
While we're waiting, Xavier kind of look around confidently, kind of look to Anna and be like, "So how are you feeling?"
Feels like I'm betraying my people.
Why? You
Well-
realize they betrayed you first, right?
Yeah, but that's just what happens.
That's a shitty organization, and you should be very glad to be out of it. No.
So, do
Trust me.
you think we're gonna betray you?
That's who knows. I trust you guys for the immediate future.
Well, that's all you can do, Xavier says. I don't blame you. In fact, that's probably a very smart way of thinking. Trust is something that is built over the long term. Goodness knows when I came across these three, no, wait, these two, I guess, at this point, as he points over to Xavier and Lucas, I was just looking for some folks to go into business with. Now we're pals, despite, all our craziness and our arguments and the songs and the dancing and the pies. And we're going to, we kind of just hired on Kid too, and it's been very recent since we've traveled through time, so we're all, still kind of getting to know each other for one way or another. But, get in enough hairy situations and trust kind of just builds upon itself.
Let's just say this rat job, probably one of the most respectable jobs I've done. Ever. My father was a part of a group, a part of one of these kind of criminal groups. He brought me in. I've known nothing else. End of story.
Oh. So, was the whole Sweet Pea thing his idea?
That's this group. No, that was...
Why did they call you Sweet Pea?
I don't know. To bug me, perhaps?
You don't know. That's it? Because if they want to bug you, they could have called you Sugar Tits.
Sweet Pea bugs me enough.
For some background, they generally typically called you Sweet Pea because you were like the only attractive girl in the group. So,
jeez.
So just me and Tessa.
Sorry, man.
Basically, yeah.
Got mustard.
So the idea was that they called you Sweet Pea, almost derogatory. Two Snaps was the only one that didn't call you Sweet Pea. And no one called Tessa anything because that was like I think one person may have called her something, and Anna might have gone off on them. So
yep, that sounds about right.
But yes, so it was more of a derogatory, "Hey, Sweet Pea" kind of nickname.
I'm sorry. I'm just giggling. I'm sorry. I just fucking chat. Goddamn fire frog. It's like lizard mages aren't that tough. It takes a few nukes to kill them. Yeah, just 4 direct nukes to their face. That's it.
All right.
Anyway, sorry.
So after
sorry,
about
I just found that very funny.
No, it's fine.
Right.
I'm gonna throw this into Discord.
Right.
Wait, let me make sure I'm in the 3 Galaxies. Oh, I threw the last video in the not 3 Galaxies chat. Okay. Anyway.
Nice.
After about 10 minutes, a fairly young-looking woman, attractive in a crisp uniform that is red and black, walks in. And that's what she looks like.
Wait, are we in Discord? Or are we in
Discord? Discord 3 Galaxies text channel.
Oh, there she is.
Neat.
Damn.
She this is the first time you've seen her out of her armor. She is definitely has an Asian descent. Fairly attractive, fairly young for the rank that she has. Her dress though is very well kept and starched. And she looks at you guys and she says, yes, so they told me you wanted to speak to me.
Well, we could have gone to any other individuals with this, but we thought, well, we had dealings with you in the past. And frankly, after putting up with this, you could probably deserve this. This is what I guess we call in the industry a really big get. And Xavier will give a charming smile.
I see. Well, then would you like to step in my office?
Oh, yes, please.
And with that, she would usher you all into the office, and she would close the door. And while she's doing it, she would say, "Are you settling in well?"
No, not at all. This place is still insane, but that's okay.
She nods. She doesn't even smile, but she nods, and she says, "Yes, and your first impression of this place must not have been very usual."
No, it wasn't. No, instantly kind of asked to investigate a high-profile assassination attempt is not really, heading down to the market district and going bar hopping. But that's okay. It got us here, and here's good.
She nods as she sits down, and she kind of like steeples her fingers together, and she goes, "Yes, Admiral Hagen has very unconventional methods, though I suppose that's par for the course for Corsairs. I personally prefer a bit more structure."
Then perhaps we should get to the point. You were very, very, very wise to show some leniency to our dear friend here, Anna, because, looking the other way in regards to her lack of an identity and all that good stuff. We've had some long conversations, and she did one final act in regards to her previous affiliations, and it's a big one. And then Xavier will kind of, would I be able to get access or in the few days or something by some sort of digital stick or something like that to transfer the email onto?
Sure, absolutely.
Sure. And Xavier will slide in the stick that has this email on that. On here is a confidential correspondence between lieutenants of what is known as, or they identify as, the Zeberon Black Market. They all plan in 2 weeks and 5 days to meet at a given location to suss out and negotiation new leadership. This is a secret, clandestine meeting in which everyone who's going to vie to replace Two Snaps will be in attendance. If such a organization such as your own were to swoop in and arrest them all, I reckon you would cut off the head of that particularly nasty snake. We give this to you absolutely freely with no expectations. The only thing I ask is, Anna here has stuck out her neck considerably, and she has betrayed friends for this information. In addition, she's extremely concerned about the well-being of her sister, who also, unfortunately, does not have citizenship status. I think that once the dust has settled and the reward for this information is insurmountable, we would appreciate, once again, this is a simple request, that you reward Anna and her sister with citizenship and true identities, because this has shown that they're willing to be law-abiding members of Zeberon, and it would be a fantastic symbolic gesture on behalf of the government and an informant. And then Xavier will end with a cool, confident smile.
She nods as she simultaneously reads the email and listens to what you say.
And as she reads the email, and after Xavier's done looking, he'll kind of give a cocky smile over to Anna and like just a little wink her way. Not like a flirtatious wink, but am I fucking good or what? Type of wink.
Yes, that wink.
You don't see a reaction from her, but I'm still gonna have you roll because you don't see it. I'm assuming you're trying to go for like a trusting.
Oh yeah. I'm definitely trying to evoke trust.
Yeah.
Trying to charm. Trying to smooth talk.
Not trying to be a creepo.
Okay. Yeah. You don't see a change in her demeanor,
Thanks,
but.
Isaac.
But whether or not you trust someone isn't always
prerequisite
a physical
for information.
scene.
Sure.
Well, no, I was gonna say isn't something you can always see splayed on a person's face.
Of course, yeah.
Anna
Some
would
people have great poker faces. Sorry.
Anna would probably be trying to look like as meek as possible and unthreatening.
Is she succeeding? Is she succeeding?
She's bringing up all the sweet pea.
Yeah.
All the sweet pea.
She reads the email and is quiet for some time, And then she says, well, shit. Okay. You came to me invoking trust. So understand that this conversation is completely off the record. There is nothing being recorded. There's nothing going on any files. There is nothing that leaves this room. Understood?
Okay. Yeah.
Is she in the
Understood.
black
Loud and
market?
clear.
What? I'm sorry?
We'll see.
I heard what Inferno said. I didn't hear what the other...
Oh, I was asking if she's in the black market.
Oh. She, did you say this in character?
No.
Oh, okay.
I was just wondering out loud.
She says, how did you come by this information?
One of them sent this email to me.
I see. You... She goes, I see. It's not uncommon. Let me see how close I am to the mark. You and your sister come here escaping something, probably brought here by the same organization that sent this email, and we're working off your debt?
Yes.
Then for them to send an email to you, you must have made quite an impression.
One was sweet on me. He wanted my support.
She considers, like, she looks at all of you individually as she considers something, and she says,
Lucas is picking his nose.
oh, nice.
Oh my god.
That poker face. She shows no reaction. She goes, you were right to come to me. However, you missed the mark a little bit when you guessed how I would react to it. Here's the thing.
Uh-oh. Xavier's smile has now faded. No more rings.
She goes, as I said, anything that's said between us does not leave this room. There is a very small black market on Zebron, as I'm sure, and she looks down at you know. There is a reason for that. It is far easier to control an enemy you know than one you don't. No matter how good the CDF or the Corsairs are, they could never stop crime completely, but 2 snaps worked for us. And by working with us, we turned a blind eye to his business dealings, and in return, he kept the black market reasonable. They didn't deal in slavery or assassinations or things that were too distasteful, and we stopped crime from getting out of hand. This email confirms what I was afraid of. Now that 2 snaps is gone, they are going to either settle this through this email's method, or turn this into a street war.
Go ahead. No, please continue.
She says it wouldn't be a very long or bloody one. If it turned to that, we would crush them. But say we crush them, who takes their place?
Nobody.
Xavier
says, and honestly, you said the best way to deal with an opponent is to work with them. No, the best way to deal with an opponent is to kill them. Then they don't exist anymore and they can't threaten you.
She looks to Xavier and then looks to Anna, and she says, you worked with them, yes?
Yes.
Honest assessment. As good as the CDF is, do you think we could stop all smuggling activities?
No.
She nods. Neither do I.
Well, then what's the point? You might as well just hang up your badge. If you can't beat crime, then what's the point? If people are just going to commit more crimes, it's like me waking up in the morning. Why should I make my bed? I'm just gonna mess it up come the night.
There's a difference between
What?
smuggling artifacts or illegal goods and assassinations, murder, slavery.
Control keeps it small.
Xavier says, listen, I've done my share of shady things. In fact, since we're all cards on the table, actually, no, I'm not going to tell you. Xavier says, but you do whatever you want. All right. What's in it for us?
She says, well, given the reaction, I'm not sure how interested you'd be, but I was going to make you a proposal.
Well, lay it on me. Who knows? My moods change very quickly, Xavier says with a smile.
Admiral Haggis trusted you, and seems he had a reason to. Despite our first encounters, you seem to be fairly effective at whatever it is you do. If there is going to be someone as a figurehead for this market, I'd rather it be someone I know, as someone who's willing to work with me.
I see.
Lucas takes his finger out of his nose.
And I only have one question for you. If you worked with 2 snaps, then how much did you really know about the assassination attempt?
She shakes her head. Very little, and that troubles me. 2 Snaps was not a violent man. Everything we've uncovered from this investigation is very unlike him, which means one of 2 things. He was doing this against his will, or the stakes for him had gotten to where he was willing to do what he would not normally do.
But you're offering us a job, pretty much.
More or less. You have absolutely no connection to the Corsairs. That was made quite clear for some reason.
No, that's true.
You would be perfect candidates. You are recognizable enough to make a splash. And you seem willing to work with us. I'm not suggesting that this is without risk.
Oh, I know. There's risk. There's significant risk. Tell you what. We will honestly and truly think about it, and you let us know when you're free next, in the next day or 2, so we can communicate and we can let you know our final position on it. Right now, I think we're 50-50. We could go either way, in all honesty.
She
But
nods. Mm-hmm.
This is one thing you can do for us now. Regardless whether we accept your proposal or not, I think it is an ample reward. And I am going to use the term now, reward, since I know how you're operating. Which is fine, like I said, no judgment. I was just a little initially confused. But now I understand. Anna's sister requires a cybernetic replacement for her limb. I don't care how it's done. I don't care if it's off the books. I don't care if it's on the books. I don't care how much political capital you need to use. I think because you didn't keep a better eye on 2 Snaps and things got out of hand, and she was directly involved in stopping this assassination attempt, that the least you can do is replace her missing arm. Wouldn't you agree?
Done.
Excellent. Now that makes us very, very happy, and that makes Anna really happy. Right, Anna?
Anna would have looked visibly shocked when she said done.
She says, all I ask in return is you seriously consider my proposal.
Oh, we will. And in fact, this has definitely tipped the scales a little bit more in your direction now that we know you're a person who can get things done.
So that we're clear and that you understand exactly what I'm asking, I want to see if you can go to this meeting and make a big enough splash to be named the next Two Snaps. And then
Xavier's gonna look over to Lucas. He says, "Oh, we got splashes coming out everywhere."
she says, you don't have to actually run a criminal empire if you choose not to. All I would require is you'd be a new hang on a second, as Squee forgets the
Figurehead?
word. No,
What do you call like a shell corporation?
a new management. Okay, yeah, there we go. Sorry. She's like, your new management, your new faces. All I would need is once you're in power to name people that I choose as lieutenants or underlings. Put people within the organization that are agents of mine, so that A, we can control what happens, and B, if they try and get out of hand, we can slap them down with a minimum of violence.
At the least, if we don't succeed in this, we can tell you who the leader is.
That is
And then you
an
can at least
excellent.
negotiate with them. Yeah.
She goes, that is an excellent plan B. Despite what I've said to you, there is truth to your words. If you become the head, then I would consider working with you. If someone I know nothing about or has not proven themselves in any way becomes the head, it might be better to cut it off. Consider my proposal, but know either way, your sister's cybernetics will be taken care of.
Thank you.
I believe that Senator Teal would be more than happy to show a, let's call it, gift of gratitude for someone who was involved in saving her life.
That sounds wonderful.
She nods.
So, just to be clear, to be fully clear, how on the books is this entire operation?
It would be kept quiet, but there would be a paper trail if that's what you're worried about. You wouldn't have to worry about being confused for one of the bad guys. I would keep excellent records. I would simply keep them private.
But the entire CDF knows about this, or mostly higher ups, correct?
Well, obviously not. The CDF is a very large force. This kind of information would be kept to a select few. But if you're worried about misunderstandings, there are ways around that. After all, Two Snaps managed to get out of more than one arrest.
I got stuff out of character. I got stuff.
Sure, yeah, no, I think this is the perfect time to wrap
I think so.
Yeah.
I think it's a perfect time. She's laid down the proposal. You guys have a week to think about it.
I have one more
and
question
discuss.
for her.
Sure.
That's slightly off topic, though, within Inferno's like.
That's fine. Go ahead.
Once it was clear that this particular discussion ends, she's going to ask her, so I don't know how much you know about what's going on with this Magnolia case at the moment. Did they ever figure out how she was doing the lightning attacks?
Magnolia is a powerful wizard. I forget exactly what the Corsairs called her, but she simply casted a spell that called lightning.
So she was present at the assassination attempts.
From my understanding, the lightning rod that your friend, and she looks to Kid, found was able to amplify her range. So she had to have been in the area, yes, but from what I understand, she could have been quite some distance.
Interesting. Good to know. Thank you.
She nods. If there's nothing else, I will give you my contact number, and you can take a few days to consider my proposal. But don't take too long. If you accept, you will need time to prepare.
Prepare your butts.
And with that, we'll wrap up.
Yes.
Hooray.
Thank you guys for
Ruin
watching.
the
We will,
moment.
Hey,
we will see you next week, Wednesday, with another.
Bye.
I
three
wasn't being
Galaxies.
brainwashed.
Bye bye, everyone.
Bye.
Also, don't forget to watch our Sunday stream with riffs.
Sunday,
Yeah.
Sunday.
Yes.
Classic riffs, like classic Coke. It's so sweet.
Remember
Is
how
Yeah,
this
baby.
session had a lot of intrigue and espionage and stuff? Well, next session is going to be very much like that. So we will see you next time.
Maybe.
Hopefully.
Depending on how you
Depends
approach
on
it,
the-
right?
Yeah.
Depending on the answer, they could just say no. Well,
Yeah.
Welp? No, they're not gonna do that. That'd be boring.
Let's see, what kind of pie can I use?
okay, anyways, we'll see you later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.